back here last Saturday, and he didn't fare too well against the Busters, so he is batting third, playing first base. Brock Reller, a name sound familiar from last year? Yeah, he's back with the Moo. He is batting cleanup, playing DH. You have Austin Callahan at third base, batting fifth. You have Naren and left field batting sixth. Trey Nichols, the catcher, batting seventh. Drew Mize at shortstop, batting eighth. And Tyler Mataloya is at second base, batting nine. So again, it's Push, Morphew, Taylor, Reller, Callahan, Naren, Nichols, Mize, and Mataloyd. Another interview lined up for you. It is Josh Salmon along with you. Had a chance to visit with Carson Cahoy before the season started. Very nice young man. Went to Grand Island Senior High. 3-star athlete in football, in pole vault, in baseball. He surprised a lot of people by deciding to go to college to play baseball. He said that was ultimately his favorite. That's what he wanted to do. Went to Santa Barbara. They ended up not having a season because of COVID, and so they played some intramural games and some inter-squad games and that kind of thing, but never really had a college at bat until he came here for the Busters. He's been doing very well. Here's that interview with Carson Cahoy. Carson, you're from Grand Island. Tell us a little bit about you. For those that don't know, you were obviously a stud quarterback, football player, a pole vaulter that was amazing, and
because just like I'm oil. Yeah, I mean, it all just comes down to what you want to do with your life, and what you want to do, and what brings you most happiness, and and football was definitely close there, but really don't think I could ever give up baseball and sleep at night.
They're winning. There you go. 10 I didn't. I'll participate.
Yeah.
You hear that?
SBCC, Santa Barbara City College.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, sadly, unfortunately, we did not have a season due to some COVID implications. But either way, if we did have a season, it was going to be a pretty shortened year, and so I think I was just going to redshirt anyway, so I didn't have to lose out on any games. So, I mean,
Yep.
Dude, game hard. He plays good, but
right.
Yeah, I think I'll start. I think I technically took a gap year, but I mean, we played inter squads. We did I saw some really high level competition there where. I think they had 2 scrimmages against two top 10 NAIA schools, and I'm pretty sure they beat them 17-2.
It seems that he was hurt, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got.
Having a little bit of issue with my audio here, so I will try to relocate that interview and play it for you here in a little bit. A Carson Cahoy interview is who I was talking to. I was having an issue there, so we'll try that one again here in just a little bit. Josh Salmon back with you on the pregame show for the Sodbuster Baseball. Appreciate you tuning in. Fremont Moo and your Sodbusters. Now, Sodbusters are 2-4 on the season. All right, and the Fremont Moo have a 5-game winning streak. They lost the first game of the year to us, and they haven't lost since. So I think they're due. Is that what that means? I think so. 5-1 is what they are. Again, 5. They've won their last 5 games. But tonight, it's good stuff. They had burgers up until first pitch, which means you have a little bit of time if you're heading out to the ballpark here in Hastings. So you got about 10-15 minutes. They're doing burgers on the field. Oh, not on the field, but at the field. And then other deals coming up on Thursday is going to be Mike's Hard Happy Hour, $1 off Mike's products until first pitch. Saturday is Husker Night. Wear your Husker gear, that kind of thing, or anything that the Huskers that played for the Sodbusters. You've had a lot of them. Trey Kissick, Griffin Everett, Shea Shanneman last year, just to name a few. Husker Night will raffle off some former Husker Sodbuster unis. All right. Speaking of unis, I'm wearing the camouflage jersey tonight. Remember those from last year? I get here and I'm wearing my camouflage jersey, and a stat guy, a stat guru, I should call him Andy Chase. He's wearing his, and we look, and it's the same number on the back. I'm like, wait a minute, we're both wearing the same number, which is 24, which is JT Cafferty's number. So I don't know if JT saw me on the field earlier talking to Coach, but he's probably thinking, hey, this guy's either a really big fan or a creepy guy wearing my number, but nonetheless. So, and I don't think he wore these jerseys last year. He joined the team after we did the camouflage jersey, so I'm okay there. Josh Salmon along with you here on the pregame show. Looking at the lineups, we'll go over those here in just a second. Again, we're going to play some ads and thank some of our sponsors here on the broadcast, and we'll be right back with the pregame show. You are listening to Sodbuster Baseball.
Shopkeepers and storytellers while you stroll through.
We'll try this again. Here we go.
Adams County Visitors Bureau is the perfect place to start your Hastings experience, a place where you'll meet artists, shopkeepers, and storytellers while you stroll through downtown shops, beautiful parks, and historic housing districts. Whether you're a traveler, meeting planner, or a new resident, The Adams County Visitors Bureau is excited to help you find what you're looking for, from places to eat, things to do and see, to places to stay. Ask the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Get details at visithastingsnebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Nebraska Land Distributing is a proud sponsor of the Hastings Sodbusters. When you come to the ballpark, get a refreshing Coors Light, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributing. Nebraska Land Distributing also features Leinenkugels, the ultimate summer drink, cold and refreshing, and sold at Duncan Field. Another Nebraska Land Distributing option when you come to the ballpark is light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. Nebraska Land Distributing, proud sponsor of the Beer Batter at all Hastings Sodbuster home games.
I'm a working mom. I don't have a lot of time for grocery shopping. That's why Sam's Club is so convenient. I can get the food my family loves, household supplies, and be on my way. My husband likes that they offer oil changes and tire services. Really saves him time. They have early hours for Plus Club members so I can beat the crowd on the weekend. Plus, Sam's Club offers free curbside pickup. Order online or in the app. Sam's Club, Grand Island.
For the best in promotional videos, custom designs, photography, websites, and more, it's Provident Promotions. You've got the business. Now make it stand out with Provident Promotions. Provident Promotions can help you design your logo, website, custom make your promotional video, and shoot just the right photo for your company or business needs to be seen everywhere. And they even offer email marketing services and social media management. Let them help you from start to finish. 111 North Burlington Avenue, Suite 110 in Hastings. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball. Time out! Time out! Smith, we only need one more out. Do you think you have enough energy?
I'm exhausted and it's hot out here. I'm thinking about enjoying that nice, cool air conditioning I have at home.
Oh yeah, you've talked about Ruts Heating and AC, the #1 source for residential and commercial HVAC services in Nebraska for over 45 years.
Yeah, now. I have enough for one more batter, Coach.
Smith, go finish this thing so we can all go home and cool off. Visit rutsheatingandair.com.
My husband and I love to live in Nebraska.
It's the good life.
We always vacation here.
Love those Nebraska state parks.
We love to eat here.
Where are you going to get a better steak?
And we love to play here, especially Nebraska Pick 5 from the Nebraska Lottery. It has a $50,000 starting jackpot, drawing 7 days a week, and all the proceeds go back to our state.
Hey, honey, this weekend, let's buy some Nebraska Pick 5 tickets, go to a state park, and grill some steaks.
Like our first date.
I'm no amateur.
Top prize odds 1 in 501,000.
Welcome back to the Sodbuster Pregame Show from Duncan Field. A beautiful 70 degrees, a little bit of popcorn. I think they call them popcorn clouds kind of all over the sky there, but it's been a perfect day for Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day to you. And I know happy and Memorial really don't go a whole lot together, but they do. If you love your country like I do, and you're thankful for those who didn't come back, some gave all. All gave some, as the song goes and the saying goes, and they did. And with that, I want to take a moment of silence to remember those who did give their lives, whatever that was, whether it was 70 years ago, 4 years ago, 2 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Memorial Day. Remember the ones that were missing in action, that were prisoners of war, killed in action as well. Let's take a moment of silence here in the Sodbuster game. We'll take a few seconds. Thank you to all who have served, and let's remember and never forget those who gave their lives and lost their lives to protect our country so we can play baseball games like this. Josh Salmon back with you here. Steve Stein will be joining me throughout the game as well. And boy, I love doing baseball. And Busters had a tough road trip. Won one game on the road against Pierre. The first game they saw them, and then lost. Well, I would say the next four, but one game was delayed against Pierre, and it actually got canceled because of rain. They went on to Fremont. And it just didn't work out the way the Busters wanted it to on the road trip. But as we heard Coach Wagner say, he wants to find some bats, get them going. Some of the pitching needs help as well as they've seen on the road. But again, it's kind of trial and error for a lot of these guys. It's first time in the league or first time at this, seeing these guys. And you're going against some tough team like the Moo. It's a little difficult. You look at the one game against Pierre, the Trappers. Busters had plenty of offense. You couldn't go back to that one. 26 runs they had in that game. Oh man! And you're like, can we just leave it at 12 and keep the rest of those runs for a rainy day? But that's not the way it works. And everybody knows that. But the Moo are here to lead off the season, and so we know what to expect with the Moo. There's the Sodbusters and Sodbuster fans. Still room for you to come out here on your Memorial Day as we get set for first pitch. We're about 25 minutes away. Excuse me, not 20, 15 to 20 minutes away. So, yeah, that game back on May 26th on Wednesday, 23-9. That's what the final was against Pierre. So Busters went on the road, won the first one, or lost the first one to Pierre, on May 25th on Tuesday. Then lost that one 5-4. Then just handed it to Pierre, 23-9. I don't know if I've ever seen a exhibition league score that big with the Sodbusters. Anyways, there was some last year that was in the other division, in the Lewis division. Then Thursday's game got postponed, so the guys took off and went to Fremont to start their 2-game series with the Moo. The Moo won both those games, 2-8 on Friday and 2-10 on Saturday. Back here at Duncan Field, Busters still looking for their first home run, and I know Duncan Field is huge. It's got the ginormous dimensions. I've seen a guy get it out of here. Grant Schmidt's done it over the years. Last year, Cole Evans, I saw him do it. Griffin Everett got really close last year as well. So, haven't seen one yet this year. We've only played 2 games here. Haven't seen one that was close yet for either team. But you never know, all right? A little bit of wind is blowing. It kind of picks up and then dies out right now. The flags are hanging perfectly still. There is no wind out in center field. Now, as I say that, it's picking up, blowing from left to right just a little bit. The game started, it was blowing the opposite direction. So if you can't make it out tonight, plenty of games coming up for the Busters. All right, they're off tomorrow, and then we're back here on Thursday, back home for the Busters. If you look at the schedule, so tonight, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's the way it works. You ask, wait a minute, what happens? Yeah, so June 1st, they're off. 2nd, they're off. They get 2 days off, rest the arms, rest the bodies, just got to take it easy. Maybe the guys will see the sights here in Hastings. Some of them go out to the Hastings Museum or things like that. Hit the pools. They might. They're college kids. And then back in the 3rd, we'll have Fremont here one more time. And then we'll see the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Join us here at the ballpark, if you will. Duncan Field. We'd love to see you out here. And I like to meet the listeners and the watchers. So if you guys ever see me, look like, hey, that guy looks like a broadcaster. Wait a minute. He's kind of a short guy. He's always wearing a hat. Yep, that's me. But Steve's kind of a short guy and wears a hat, too. So it's one of us, all right? Say hi to the broadcasters if you come out. But, again, if you can't make it out tonight, they play again Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Plenty of home games. They're off on the 7th, one at Fremont on the 8th, and then see Fremont again 9th and 10th. And then they take on the Western Nebraska Pioneers for the first time this season, 11th, 12th, and 13th. Those games here at Duncan Field as well. Then they go on the road for a while. The next home games after that in June, the last 2 in June, are 23rd and 24th. So several chances for it to come out in June, July, and the season goes into the first week of August as well to the Sodbusters. I know my nephew Dylan and his wife Rachel are coming out to the game tonight. They asked me the other night, hey, Monday night, if it doesn't rain, we want to come out. And I'm like, come on out, man. It's an awesome time. Dylan does the Big Brothers program. He brought out his little last year, and they had a blast. I don't think his wife's been out here yet, so it'd be interesting for her to see and have a good time for the whole family because they do the on-field stuff. You got the kids doing the games and running the bases and stuff in between, and then you've got the trivia and the crowd and the beer batter, which is always a hoot. If you don't know what that is, they pick a guy out of the opposing lineup, and you cheer for him to do bad in the crowd. Because if he does bad, you get a discount on your brewski till the end of the inning. I think is how it works. So, so if you hear cheering for a Moo player in the background tonight, they're not cheering for him to do good. They're cheering for him to do bad. That's the way it works, okay? All right, so about 12 minutes away here from first pitch. Let's take a look at the lineups again for the visiting Fremont Moo, and Shea Bennett is the manager. He's going to lead off with Tyler Push again in center field. Darian Morphew is in right field. He's batting second. E.J. Taylor is at first base tonight, batting third. Brock Reller back from last year. Remember that name? Yeah, he is the DH batting cleanup tonight. Austin Callahan's at third. You have Alex Nairn in left field. Trey Nichols behind the dish. Batting seventh, batting eighth is Drew Mize, and batting ninth is Tyler Madeloyd at the Keystone at second base. For the Sodbusters, Cole Dawson making his Sodbusters debut. He will lead off in the bottom of the first for the Busters. He is starting at third base. Tyler Monroe just to his left over at shortstop, batting second. Carson Cahoy in center field. He's been batting good in the third spot, leads his team in batting average. He's very comfortable in that third spot. He is in center field. Trevor Matson doing a great job in the cleanup spot as well. He is batting fourth and playing first base. Trey Kozel back in left field, batting fifth. Those 3, 4, 5 guys have kind of been locked in most of the year there. Batting sixth is Jack Hammond. He is the DH tonight. JT Cafferty behind the dish. We've seen him kind of all over Batting seventh is Matt Rodriguez at the Keystone at second base. Batting eighth is Cameron McClure. Excuse me, Rodriguez batting eighth. Batting ninth is Cameron McClure, the right fielder. And your pitcher is Jeremy Schneider. All right, we've seen Jeremy pitch once this year, but let's see what he can do this time against the Moo. And the Moo throwing Dawson Linder out there. Linder was the one who took over back in that odd game where the pitcher got kicked out. He came in and pitched a really good game, didn't allow any runs at all, and only give up 3 hits in 6 innings. So we're hoping that we don't see that Dawson Linder tonight if you're a Sodbuster fan. And some of these guys have seen him before, some of them haven't. So people are still filtering in here before first pitch. I think they were taking advantage of the hamburger deal out there. The hamburger chips at the drink specials is what people were doing. And so now they've got their bellies full, and now they're ready to get their eyes full of some Sodbuster baseball going on here. 70 degrees, game time, Duncan Field, wind blowing just a little bit. Kind of shifting around. It was just blowing a moment ago from left to right. Now straight in here on Memorial Day, and it's beautiful. You go out to the cemeteries or any of the service places, and there's just the flags blowing in the wind with a little bit of clouds in the background. And you can tell I'm a photographer, my full-time job, but I am. But yeah, it just makes for beautiful photography. I was driving through town. I see people having barbecues, and somewhat normal is what it looked like out there to me, and that's a good feeling. You think Memorial Day? Remember those we've lost fighting for this country, whether they lost them in battle or several years after. Those killed in action, POWs, everybody who served, thank you. And you're never forgotten those who have lost their lives. You also think baseball, you think burgers, and you think good time, and you can do pretty much all that stuff tonight here at Duncan Field. And the drum guy is here, and the drum guy is wearing his Sodbuster kilt, perhaps. I think we're going to call that a kilt. And he's wearing his camo jersey as well. So that's basically the best way I can describe what he's wearing right now. The Sod Heckler. And there's a couple other guys wearing their camouflage jerseys as well, besides just Andy and I who work for the Sodbusters. So, pregame show, lots of things going on here as we get set for some baseball. Let's look at some of these leaders already. I know we're only a few games into the season, but batting leaders for the Clark Division. Now, again, you have the Fremont Moo, the Spearfish Sasquatch, the Western Nebraska Pioneers, the Pier Trappers, Hastings Sodbusters, and Sioux Falls Sunfish with the expansion team. That's the order that they are right now in standings. Again, we're only a few games in. All right, 6, 7, 8 games in for a lot of these teams. But let's look at some of the batting leaders. Leading the league is Andrew Lallam from Spearfish. 556 this guy's batting. I don't know how many games that is. You've got the Moo. You've got Morphew, who's starting tonight in right field for the Moo. He's on here 421. Brock Reller, who's the DH for the Moo. He is tied with... No, excuse me, he leads the league with 2 home runs. Also, Nichols, the catcher, on here with 1 home run. Obviously, those either at home or on the road. You don't see too many home runs here at Duncan Field. Trevor Madsen on here for the Sodbusters. It's RBIs. He is second with 6 in the league. Brock Reller on here for the Moo, though. He's got 6 as well. He's tied. Pitching leader, Sodbusters number 1 on here. Number 2 is Ryan's Sanders. He's got 1 win. There's a Spearfish pitcher with 2 wins. Leif Holtein is got 9 strikeouts, so he is 4th in the league in that right now. And you got Linder tonight, Dawson Linder, who's starting for the Moo, is amongst the leaders with no ERA. And yes, he has pitched 6 innings, so I'll Buster see if they can change that up a little bit tonight. As some managers changing lineups out there. Again, Chandler Wagner, first game as the manager. He's one of the KU assistants. He is the manager for the rest of the year here. Scott Galusha is going to hang out in the dugout tonight and kind of help him out a little bit until he gets his feet wet and used to the atmosphere and the team and that kind of thing. Managers shake hands. Buster's wearing their yellow jerseys, the white pants, green socks if you can't see it on the TV feed. If you're listening on the radio, thank you very much. I think we have Janine listening on the radio, one of them. And they're wearing their Oakland A's type hats. I call them green, white, and yellow. Moo wearing their fire orange hats, purple jerseys, gray pants with the fire orange numbers, which are very easy to see, by the way, for a broadcaster. And so that's what we're doing for the uniforms here. Busters have brand new uniforms this year. You had a chance to buy some of the other ones on the auction. I think some of them are still on the auction. I'm going to do some of those again on the Husker Day coming up, auction off, give away some of those Sodbuster jerseys worn by former Sodbusters and some of those who are Huskers as well. Schneider making his way out to the hill here as they're announcing the Sodbusters. Steve Stein, your PA announcer tonight. He'll jump over here a little bit later and join me as well. Josh Salmon with you tonight for the national anthem. We will have an Aurora student Brian Diekman is going to sing the national anthem. I've known Brian most of his life, and he's a good kid. We'll hear him sing here. I heard him he did these, if you were at state track this year here in Nebraska, he did national anthem on the Thursday to lead things off. And it was a great rendition, and he did a good job with it. And so I asked his music teacher, Jason Frew, who's our entertainment guy here, hey, when are you going to get Brian down here? And he's like, yeah, I'll get him. Guess what? Here's Brian. So he's a good kid. I don't know if I talked him into it, but he's doing it, and he loves to do it. And Brian's wearing the purple shirt tonight, which I like. Hopefully not. He shouldn't wear that, though, when the other team's wearing purple. I'm going to have to give him a hard time about that. So Brian Diekman's going to sing your national anthem from Aurora High School. There you go, Brian Diekman from Aurora High School doing your national anthem tonight. I remember when Brian was just turning about 4 years old, and here he is in high school already. Pretty crazy. Makes me feel like an old man, huh? That's all right. If you're listening on MixLR, thank you very much. You're tuning in on the YouTube feed. Nate Miller to my right. He'll be running all the cameras tonight. Does a great job to get you all the different angles and the cool stuff happening on the field from different perspectives than just one camera. So Nate does a great job. We're lucky to have him over here to my right. Getting set for some baseball here momentarily. Let's look at last year at some of these players and who got some awards in the league, in the Expedition League. There are several from the Moo and a few from the Busters. All right, so, news from around the league. This is Expedition League. Last year, the Expedition League season awards. Pitchers from the Moo, you had Brett Irwin, Shea Shanneman from the Busters, and you also had Isaac Van Dyke from the Moo. Catchers, Griffin Everett, Ryan McDonald from the Busters, and you had Jackson Simmerman for the Moo. Fremont Moo, Dylan Sears, second baseman. You had Luke White for the Moo. Boy, he did a lot for the Moo last year. Mike Bovey from the Hastings did a great job. He went on to play UNO this year. He's doing a good job. Ephraim Cervantes, the Husker, played for us last year. Nice kid. Nice young man, I should say. Played some infield for us last year. He was on this list. And outfielders, Casey Burnham, of course, on the list for the outfielders last year as well for the Expedition League awards in 2020. All right, so there's some guys who won some league awards last year. Leading things off here for the Moo momentarily, you're going to have Tyler Push. That'll be Darian Morphew and E.J. Taylor to follow. And you have Jeremy Schneider on the hill. Jeremy has pitched in one game. He started it. His ERA is 2.45. He pitched 7 innings, gave up 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. His record is 0-1. Thanks for coming on back here with us. It is Josh Salmon, voice of Sodbuster Baseball. As we get set underway here, Tyler Push digs in. Appreciate you listening on MixLR online and on the YouTube feed. Watching the game as well. Push, righty versus righty. Schneider there. J.C. Cafferty behind the dish. Big, tall righty there is Schneider. Kicks and delivers. Push inside out swing. And just over the second baseman and in to center field. Rodriguez jumped out of his shoes almost to get that one. It was just a nice inside out swing there. And the leadoff hitter's on here for the Moo. So Morphew comes up. Morphew on the season leads the team with a .421 batting average. Left-handed batter. There's a couple lefties in the lineup for the Moo. On this team, I should say. Let's see how many we have in the lineup tonight. That one misses high for ball one. One ball, no strikes. That one in there for a strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Darren Morphew standing on first base is Tyler Push. Singled the leadoff game here just a moment ago. Memorial Day baseball. Thanks for tuning in here. We got a little relaxation. Got to go out and visit some friends at the cemetery and pay respects. That one popped up left field, third base side. Who's going to get it? And making a Willie Mays style catch. Wow. Nice play there by Cole Dawson. That's a tough play. The left fielder was running the shortstop, and Dawson kind of over the shoulder. Kind of a you got it, I got it thing. And there's one down. So nice play there. If you've seen that on TV, it's in foul ground nonetheless. And here comes E.J. Taylor. Taylor batting for the year for the Moo. He's batting .389 in 5 games. Righty versus righty. Push stands on first. He will go occasionally. Not going on that one. He bluffs. Takes a strike. Does Taylor. So 0-1 to E.J. Taylor, the first baseman. Still in the first inning. No score runner on first here for the Moo. Jeremy Schneider gets his sign. Push doesn't go. That one floats up by Taylor, who's got a beard, but may not after that one, as it just almost grazed him. 1 ball, 1 strike. Darren Morphew, one of the tougher batters on the team, popped out a moment ago. That's a big out. Push stands on first. He led off the inning with the first pitch into right field. He goes. That one hit into right field. The hit and run was on. McClure playing shallow. He's going to go back. No, that one is a fair ball by about 2 feet. His hat comes off. Push coming around to score. Throw to home is not in time. Moo lead 1-0. So McClure playing kind of shallow. E.J. Taylor saw that he was playing shallow. He went opposite field with it and went fair by about 2 feet down the right field line. Taylor, meanwhile, stands at a double with an RBI. And so 1-0 here for the Moo in the first. That was just a good piece of hitting. You got to give the guy that. So RBI there for Taylor. And that brings up Brock Reller. Reller always a tough out last year, and nonetheless this year. Batting .412 in 4 games. He wasn't on the roster for the first 2 games of the year here for the Moo. If he was, he didn't play. I didn't see him on the roster, though. The 1-0 coming up here to Reller. Taylor stands on second. It's 1-0 Moo in the first. Lays off of that one. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. It was a good pitch. He wasn't quite sure what he wanted to do with that one. Was Reller. So a ball and a strike. 1-1 count. Moo with 1 run in here already in the first. Schneider delivers. That one well inside. Nice job by Cafferty to keep it from rolling behind him. So Push led off the inning with a single. He came around to score a moment ago in the double by E.J. Taylor. That's who's at second base. 2 hits this inning thus far for the Moo. 1 out. 2-1 count here to Brock Reller. Left-handed batter. Right-handed Schneider delivers. Chopper to second. Easy play for Rodriguez. And there is 2 down. It goes over to first. Taylor does move over to third, however. And so that brings up Austin Callahan, the third baseman. Callahan, we didn't see him in the first 2 games of the year here, but he's been playing for him ever since. .077 batting average. Kind of a tough spot to be in, and especially for a fifth place hitter in the batting order. Has a hard time with the breaking pitch there. Nice movement on that one by Schneider. Strike one. The ball's one strike. 1-0 Moo. Runner on third. 2 outs though. RBI from E.J. Taylor. Run scored earlier by Push. E.J. stands on first base. That one is strike two. 0-2 here to Callahan. Let's see if Schneider goes back to that off-speed pitch. Callahan looked fooled by that thing. He had some really good movement on it. So he goes back here. Gets the sign, checks his runner at third. And nope, goes fastball this time. That one past the first baseman, Matson, into right field. And E.J. Taylor jogs in easily for the second run of the game for the Moo. 2-out rally. That was an 0.77 hitter on that one. Matson gave a good effort. But the third hit of the inning for the Moo, and rolling in the first here. So it brings up Alex Nairn, the left fielder. All 3 hits to right field today, which is interesting. Whether they'll be right-handers or left-handers, that's the way it's been. I went in there for a strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike here to Nairn. Nairn is the left fielder. Trey Nichols, the catcher, due up next. He's a tough batter as well. Short lead over at first for Callahan. Got a huge stolen base threat. Schneider is concentrating on the batter. That one a chopper to short. Monroe to second, and they get to force outs and end the inning. But 2 runs on 3 hits and 1 left on base. That's going to do it for the Moo in the top of the first. Buster's coming up bottom of the first. You're listening and watching Sodbuster Baseball. We'll hear these words here from Adams County Visitors Bureau momentarily.
Imagine visiting a place with historic housing districts, beautiful parks, and strolling through downtown shops. No, it isn't a fairy tale. It's Hastings, Nebraska. The Adams County Visitors Bureau invites you to experience Hastings, from bird watching to the Aqua Court Water Park to taking in a Sodbusters baseball game at historic Duncan Field. It all starts with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. What would a visit be without great eats? Hastings has plenty for all cravings. Start exploring at visithastingsnebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Nebraska Land Distributing is a proud sponsor of the Hastings Sodbusters. When you come to the ballpark, get a refreshing Coors Light, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributing. Nebraska Land Distributing also features Leinenkugels, the ultimate summer drink, cold and refreshing, and sold at Duncan Field. Another Nebraska Land Distributing option when you come to the ballpark is light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. Nebraska Land Distributing, proud sponsor of the Beer Batter at all Hastings Sodbuster home games.
You can come on out and take advantage of the beer batter, which I'm not sure who it is tonight. Nate, do you know who the beer batter is tonight? We have not been told up here. Nate Miller to my right, Josh Salmon with you, voice of Sodbuster Baseball. A little work to do here for the Busters, down by 2, but that's easy enough to battle back. We're hoping that we don't see the Dawson Linder we saw last week when he came in relief and pitched 6 really solid innings, giving up only 3 hits and no runs. Busters look a little different tonight in the lineup. Cole Dawson joining the team for the first time. He will lead things off. Then it'll be Tyler Morphew and Carson Cahoy. On your Memorial Day, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Cole Dawson from Kansas City, Kansas Community College. We've had a couple players from there over the years. Hometown is Russellville, Arkansas. This year, he played 47 games, batted .327 with 4 home runs, 38 RBIs, 41 runs scored, and stole 15 bases. So a good leadoff hitter there. If you get him on, he's got some wheels. This is Cole Dawson leading things off here, third baseman for the Busters. First pitch is low for ball 1. So it'll be Dawson, Monroe, and Cahoy. Dawson made that great catch in the first inning. That one up the middle. Linder bobbles it a little bit, but chucks it to first. He hurries, and he does get the very speedy Dawson 1 down. So it brings up Tyler Monroe for the Sodbusters. Monroe batting 154 on the season, 26 at bats. Does have 4 RBIs, 5 walks. Left-handed batter has a hard time with that one. A swing and a miss. Strike one. It sounded like the fastball there from Linder. And this Linder works very quickly out there. Righty versus lefty. The righty kicks and delivers. That one up high. Laying off of it is Monroe. Cahoy due up next. Getting the sign is Linder. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the pitch. That one in almost the exact same spot. Way upstairs again. That would be up in the attic if you want to use that metaphor. That's where we're sitting. 2 balls, a strike. Kick and deliver there from Linder. That one inside out swing and goes foul out of play for Monroe. So we'll 2 balls and 2 strikes. Busters off the next 2 days. Back here again on Thursday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Come join us, won't you? That one way upstairs. Having a hard time. I think that's supposed to be an off-speed pitch, but it's not making it. Full count here. Monroe. I'd say great at bat, but those pitches weren't anywhere near the strike zones. We just having a good eye and laying off of those high pitches. That one a little up in the zone. Does swing at it. Pops it up and slicing out of play. And just off of... Thought maybe it was going to hit off the facade, but I think it went over behind. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. We'll do it again. 1 out here for the Busters. Bottom of the first, down by 1. Moo put 3 singles together, all of them to right field in the top of the inning. Scored 2 runs, but did leave a runner on base. Here is the pitch. That one well outside, and it's a walk. First walk given up by either pitcher tonight. And runner on here for the Busters in the first. Carson Cahoy comes up, and this is the guy you want up if you're the Busters. 308 batting average. Has 3 RBIs. Steals some bases if he gets on as well. 7 runs scored for him. First pitch misses for a ball. Matson due up next. Well, he'd like to get a couple guys on from Matson. He's your RBI guy. Short lead over at first. Now an inside-out swing popped up. That is going to be playable. Right fielder running in. Second baseman running over. Who's going to make the catch? Right fielder dives in foul ground and doesn't make the catch. Is Morphew. He had a long way to go on that one. He dove and just missed it by 8-10 inches. So staying alive there is Carson Cahoy. Not the swing he wanted. Dropped his back shoulder on that one and popped it up on the right side. Swung a little late. 1 ball, 1 strike. Grand Island Senior High product. Here's swung on and missed on that one. Oh, it's a foul ball. I guess he did get a piece of it, but Dawson Linder on the hill here for the Moo. Very familiar with him. We saw him game number 2 of the season. Lead over at first is Monroe. Pretty decent lead being held on by Taylor. That one outside. Nice frame job by Nichols, but the umpire doesn't buy it as it was well outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Cahoy or Matson due up next. No score, 2-0 here. Excuse me, no score for the Busters. 2-0 is our score in the bottom of the first. No hits for the Busters yet. Looking for the first one. That one popped up right center field. It's going to hang up there a while, though. Morphew camps underneath it and does make the one-handed catch to retire Cahoy. 2 down here for the Busters in the bottom of the first. I think it was hit pretty high. So Trevor Matson comes up. Got a chance to talk to this young man last week. Very nice guy, and I love seeing him playing for the Busters. 292 batting average, 6 RBIs, leads the team in that category. Walked 4 times as well. He's also been hit by a pitch 4 times. Leads the team in that category. Not something you necessarily are proud of, but I remember Casey Burnham talking to him about that last year, and he says, you get on base, I don't care. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wasn't Don Baylor the all-time Major League guy that got beaned the most? I think so. There's the 0-1. I think Anthony Rizzo's on that list too, though. He's been hit a lot. Strike. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Matson. No, they called that a strike. Excuse me. 0-2 here to Matson. Runner on first is Monroe. He goes. It's a bad throw by Nichols. Almost takes his pitcher's nose off. Good jump there and a stolen base by Monroe. So nice jump and nice call there by Coach Wagner over at third base box. Tyler Monroe steals the base. That one misses for ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Trevor Matson. Coles will do up next. Busters will run in scoring position. Standing on second base is Tyler Monroe, the shortstop. Swung on and missed, got him. That's a heater. That thing just had some smoke coming off of it, and they leave the runner on base. No hits, no runs for the Busters, just the one left on at the end of one. 2-0 is our score. This is Sodbuster Baseball, and now a word from Sam's Club.
It's hot. Can we get some popsicles? A lot of popsicles.
Okay, sure.
Let's go to Sam's Club. We can get some popsicles there. Plus, check out the pools on sale.
Didn't Dad want to barbecue tonight?
With all those popsicles, we should get some paper towels, too.
Good idea, Mom.
I'll grab some chips. Sam's Club has something for every season.
Sam's Club, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. Stop by before or after the game. For the best in promotional videos, custom designs, photography, websites, and more, it's Provident Promotions. You've got the business. Now make it stand out with Provident Promotions. Provident Promotions can help you design your logo, website, custom make your promotional video, and shoot just the right photo for your company or business needs to be seen everywhere. And they even offer email marketing services and social media management. Let them help you from start to finish. 111 North Burlington Avenue, Suite 110 in Hastings, a proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
Welcome back to Duncan Field. Josh Salmon along with you. Steve Stein will join me here a little bit later as Busters weren't able to get anything going. They did get a runner on, leave them stranded on second base in the first. They trail 2-0. Now, this will be an important inning here for Jeremy Schneider. See if he can bounce back a little bit. Give up 3 singles and 2 runs in that first inning. Sometimes a guy's a little rough in the first inning and then really finds his groove in the second. But this Moo team has been hitting. They lost the first game of the year to the Busters and then haven't lost since. They've won their next 5. And Busters have only won 2 games this year, so they're hoping to win another one here against the Moo. Leading things off will be the catcher. This is Trey Nichols. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters here for the Moo. Nichols, Mize, and Mata Lloyd. And you look at Nichols on the season. He's been hitting pretty well for Fremont Moo. The catcher. He is the beer batter, so that's a discount for people here. 4 RBIs for him on the season. Nobody on base, though, but he has walked 3 times. Here's the righty versus righty matchup. Schneider's pitch is called a strike. Good late movement on that one. It almost looked like a splitter. I don't know if he throws a splitter or not, but that looked like a splitter to me. 0-1 coming up here from Schneider. Gets a sign to the Moo catcher. That one just a little high. 1 ball, 1 strike to Nichols. All 3 hits last inning by the Moo were to right field. Sun all over the field, 70 degrees at game time here. Wind blowing straight in from center field. That one just a little lower than the first initial strike called, and so that one is a ball. 2-1 here from Schneider to Nichols. The catcher. And here is the pitch. Swung out and missed, and that one just blew the heater right by him, and it's 2-2. So Trey Nichols from Midland University. Home field advantage for him, perhaps, when they play it. That's where Fremont plays their games. Bowling Green, Missouri is where he's from. Here's the 2-2 making some noise, and foul tip. Just gets past J.T. Cafferty, the catcher. So Sodbuster fans really cheering for him to strike out here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch coming up here from Schneider. Gets a sign he likes from J.T. Cafferty. Kicks and delivers, and they check swing to first. Yes, and they get him. Strikeout. It did look like he went to me. He's shaking his head all the way back to the dugout, but nonetheless, that is a strikeout. First one of the night here by Jeremy Schneider. And the fans are happy for the beer batters, so they get their discount there. So it brings up 8th place hitter Drew Mize. Mize is the shortstop. Usually pretty good hands over there at shortstop for the Moo. Mize batting .269 on the season, 26 at bats. And 1-0 here to Mize. Schneider Winds and delivers. Righty versus righty matchup. That one well upstairs and outside. It is 2-0. Modeloid due up next. He's the bottom of the order. 2-0 for the Moo. In the top of the second. Schneider with a very high leg kick. That one looked pretty good and just missed. Not sure where that was, but perhaps just a smidge inside. I'm directly behind home plate. 3 balls, no strikes. After getting right through the first batter with a strikeout, falling behind here on this one and taking all the way was Mize, and it is in there for a strike. So 3-1 to the shortstop for the Moo. We win their purple uniforms, orange stripes on the sleeves, orange stripes down the gray pants, and the purple helmets. 3-1, popped up. Right center field. That's a long run for Cahoy. He dives, not going to be able to come up with it. That's going to be at least 3 for Mize. Found the gap on that one, and it just went. The wind blowing towards right center field. I don't think that had much factor to do with it. He just clobbered that thing right down the power alley. It's 4:05, so that's a long run out there for anybody. Both McClure and Cahoy both going for it. And Cahoy, it's one of those things where you dive, and he gets past you and he gets an extra base, and that's kind of what happened. You want to try to keep it in front of you, but really that was the only chance he had to get it, was to try to dive as well. So after a 3-1 count, he now has a hit, and that is the 4th hit of the game for the Busters, or for the Moo. Nobody warming yet in the Buster bullpen. Fouled off for Modeloid. Modeloid, the second baseman for the Moo. Modeloid from Eastern Arizona University, where he goes to school, I should say. He's from Fort Collins, Colorado. That one hits him in the back. And we saw the second game of the year, there was 7 hits batsmen in that game between the Moo and the Busters. 4 of those were Busters and 3 of those were Moo players. I've never seen a game with 7 hits batsmen before, but that's what that game was. And we got our first one here already. So things not going so good here for Schneider. After retiring Nichols to begin the inning, he hits the batter. And so now there's runners on the corners here for Fremont. Back to top of the order, Tyler Push. He led off the game with the first pitch he saw. A little looper over the second baseman Rodriguez head. Let's see where Rodriguez plays at second base this time. Push is one of those guys who can hit it to all fields, so you really can't play him too well. They are closing in on the middle and can't catch up with the fastball. 0-1. So Nichols struck out, then Mize hit a triple. He stands on third. Modeloid was beaned. He stands on first base. 1 down, 2-0 Moo. Top second. Busters don't have a hit yet. Hopefully in the bottom of the inning, once they get out here, they can get somebody on base. That one just about beaned him. Cafferty got his glove in the way, and checking his life insurance policy there is Tyler Push. Wow. Cafferty got the glove up there. I think that would have hit him in the helmet. That's just a bit high. 2-0 here. Excuse me, 1 ball, 1 strike to Push. Tyler, the center fielder. Schneider waiting for a sign he likes. He does get it. A righty-righty versus righty matchup here. And that one had, boy, that looked really good from up here. I'm not sure what that was. 2 balls and a strike. I haven't quite figured out the strike zone yet tonight, and I don't think the pitchers have either. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners on the corner, move up 2-0. Top second. See if the runner goes. He does. That one fouled off out of play on the first base side into the parking lot. Runner was going, so they sent Modeloid. I thought they may on that one. I think J.T. Cafferty figured he was going to go too on that. Schneider's really not looking at his runners too much, looking them back. The guy in third obviously isn't going anywhere. But you want to check your guy in first. He does check this time. Schneider's looking at him right now. Cafferty with a good arm behind the dish as well. Short lead. Now increasing his lead is Modeloid at first. Doesn't go. That one low. Nice job stopping it there by J.T. Cafferty. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count. Here to Tyler Push. Dorian Morphew, one of the tougher hitters on the team, due up next. This is an important out for Jeremy Schneider and the Sodbusters. Still no action in the Buster bullpen, down by 2 here in the second. Major Chandler Wagner from Kansas University, or University of Kansas. First night as a manager. Like to get a win. That one to Monroe. Tad second, over to first, gets the double play, and get out of the inning with the ground ball. That's exactly what he needed, and they leave one on base. So another one left on base for the Moo. No runs in. Buster's coming up bottom of the second. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball. Now word from Ruts Heating and Air.
Timeout. Timeout. Smith, we only need one more out. Do you think you have enough energy?
I'm exhausted, and it's hot out here. I'm thinking about enjoying that nice, cool air conditioning I have at home.
Oh yeah, you've talked about Ruts Heating and AC, the #1 source for residential and commercial HVAC services in Nebraska for over 45 years.
Yeah, now. I have enough for one more batter, Coach.
Smith, go finish this thing so we can all go home and cool off. Visit rutsheatingandair.com.
My husband and I love to live in Nebraska.
It's the good life.
We always vacation here.
Love those Nebraska state parks.
We love to eat here.
Where are you going to get a better steak?
And we love to play here, especially Nebraska Pick 5 from the Nebraska Lottery. It has a $50,000 starting jackpot, drawing 7 days a week, and all the proceeds go back to our state.
Hey, honey, this weekend, let's buy some Nebraska Pick 5 tickets, go to a state park, and grill some steaks.
Like our first date.
I'm no amateur.
Top prize odds 1 in 501,000.
Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field. Thank you all of our sponsors. Josh Salmon back with you. Nate Miller running the cameras for us on the technical side of the TV. Thanks for listening on MixLR and watching on YouTube television as Busters got a much-needed hit into the double play there by Tyler Push to get out of the inning, last inning. But you look at the hits for Schneider, and he has given up 4 on the game with 2 runs, and those earned. But for the Busters coming up here, it's going to be Kozel, Hammond, and Cafferty, the 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for Hastings. Trey Kozel, left fielder, coming up. That one hit to second base. Should be an easy play for the second baseman, and it is. 1 down, Madeloyd with the out. So first pitch swing in there for Kozel didn't pay off. Jack Hammond comes up. He's played a couple games for the Busters this year. Hammond is a Jayhawk. He knows his coach, Chandler Wagner, very well. Wagner, one of the assistant coaches at KU and manager of the Sodbusters here. First game for him. Prior to going to Kansas, Hammond was a prep baseball report number 4 infielder in Oklahoma. Finished his junior season with 378 batting average. Pitch on the way here. That one hit into right center field. A little looper, and the Busters have their first hit. Nice poke there. Little inside-out swing. Sometimes less is more, and that's exactly what that one was. He finished up his junior year with 378 batting average, 12 doubles, 2 home runs, 37 RBIs, and 10 stolen bases. With Hammond, he stands on first base. We could use a stolen base here. And it brings up the catcher, J.T. Cafferty, Hastings guy. Played for 5 points last year, came up, played a few games at the end of the season for the Busters. We've used him at all over the field this year. Behind the dish tonight, which I think he's more comfortable there. That one in there for a strike. So, 1 on, 1 out here for the Busters. J.T. Cafferty, chance to get some RBIs going, get something rally going here for Sodbusters. Pitch up high from Linder. Dawson Linder, we haven't seen a bad inning really from him this year. It's the second time we've seen him. This is only the second time he's pitched, both times against the Sodbusters. And that one just a little excuse me swing off the handle, almost hit him on the hand. J.T. Cafferty wearing the number 24, which is the number I'm wearing too, and it just happened to be the same number. I talked about it on pregame that Andy Chase wearing the exact same jersey I am with the same number. I didn't realize there was 2 of these jerseys with this number. That's okay. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one way outside, gets away from the catcher. Nichols rolls to the backstop. And so Hammond will run over to second base on the pass ball. So first pass ball there from Linder. He usually got pretty good control. Actually, let's give that one a wild pitch. I'm sorry. That wasn't on the catcher. That was a wild pitch on Linder. So we do 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cafferty. Rodriguez due up next. Runners down in scoring position. Setting him up on the outside part of the plate. Let's see if they go there. Linder does, but it's a little too far outside, and it goes to 3-2. Good eye by JT to lay off of that one. Looks like a slider. Didn't really slide too much. 3-2. Runner on second. 1 down here. Bottom of the second, 2-0 Fremont. That one popped up on the infield. That was a good pitch by Linder. Taylor doesn't see it. He gets called off by his second baseman, and Madeloyd makes the catch. 2 down. Lost it in the sun there, I think, to the first baseman. So it brings up Matt Rodriguez. Quickly, there's 2 down here for the Busters. Rodriguez joined us on the road trip. And since then, he's only played a couple games. He's had one at bat, actually. But he had 3 walks for the team. Walks don't count as at bats, of course. Runner on second. Here's Linder's pitch. That one upstairs. Good taking there by the second baseman, Rodriguez. McClure due up next if Rodriguez can find a way to get on. Buster's down a couple runs. They did get their first hit in the way of Jack Hammond. He advances second on the wild pitch. That's where he's at now. Timeout called by the batter. He's just trying to throw off a little bit of rhythm there from Linder. Matt Rodriguez, Bridgeport, Connecticut College. That one popped up first base side. First baseman Taylor running out of real estate and can't make the catch. It just hits off of the facade. He kind of laughing over there because he wasn't familiar with where the wall was, but he stopped just in time. You don't want to run into the wall. You'd rather let the ball fall down, and that's exactly what he did. So second life here for the batter, Matt Rodriguez. These guys seem like they're being fooled a little bit. They're not getting very good swings. They're hitting on the lower part of the bat, which means they're changing their mind. The ball's coming in. I think Linder's fastball is a little deceiving tonight. Setting him up on the outside. Here's the 1-1. That one fell off first base side. And we'll do 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Rodriguez. Hammond stands on second base. Buster's had a runner last inning, left one on base. Hope to not do that this inning. Here's the pitch from Linder. That one to the right side. Nice stop there by Nichols, the catcher, to keep the runner at second. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Rodriguez. Memorial Day. Appreciate you tuning in, hanging out with us here. Linder checks his runner. Here is the 2-2 coming up to Matt Rodriguez. And that one popped up. Is it going to stay in play? No, it is slicing again and out of play into the parking lot because there's no mad scramble for the ball. So cue the Bee Gees music as Matt Rodriguez is staying alive out there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-0 Moo. Bottom of the second. Deuces are wild if you're going to Vegas. Here we go. Time to get the second hit. So let's do another deuce. And the pitch. That one outside, and a good frame job there by Nichols, but not buying it is the umpire. 3-2. Nice job laying off of that one by Rodriguez. That's a tough one to lay off of. I probably would have swung at that one. But that's why I'm up here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hammond stands on second base. Buster's trying to get something going. Another good foul ball. Just getting a piece of that one there is Rodriguez. Look at Rodriguez this season with Bridgeport, Connecticut College. 45 at bats, and he batted .267 for him with 8 RBIs. Chance for a sodbuster RBI right here. Here is the pitch from Linder as he checks his runner. And that one well inside, and ball 4. Great at bat from Matt Rodriguez. He earned that walk all the way. That's what you need. You need guys like that to do that. Nice job from the 8th place hitter. Here comes Cameron McClure, your right fielder. McClure goes to St. Edward's University. He's got 4 games with the Busters, 11 at bats. He's batting .182. Right-handed batter from the Woodlands, Texas. It's not Woodlands, it's the Woodlands is what I have. 2 on here for McClure, and takes the ball upstairs. So I think maybe Chandler Wagner told his guys, hey, be patient on this guy. Make him throw you strikes. That seems like the last 2 batters have had more patient approaches at the plate. After the first batter just swung at the first pitch and flew out. That one is popped up. Foul ground. Taylor's over there looking at the fence, and it falls over by the concession stand. Not quite to the kids' play area. So we'll do it again. A lot of foul balls flying around here. Be careful where you park when you come to Duncan Field. 1 ball, 1 strike. Everybody returns to their bases. Hammond stands on second. You've got Rodriguez on first. 2 walks given up tonight by Linder. We'll take walks all night long if that means run producing. Buster's down by 2 runs. Bottom of the second, though, plenty of time for that. Linder checks his runners. fakes a pitch and steps off the mound. Not buying it is either runner. Righty versus righty matchup here. McClure back to top of the order with Cole Dawson after this, if McClure can find a way to get on. That one well outside. And we haven't seen Linder pitch this bad in a while. This isn't horrible, but for him, this is bad. It's usually very effective. 2 balls and a strike, 2 outs, 2-0 move, bottom second. 2 runners on for the Busters. Here's the 2-1. Inside out swing, foul off. McClure, 2 balls and 2 strikes now by the right fielder. So leading off the inning was Trey Kozel. First pitch he saw, he got out, and then Jack Hammond hit a single, advanced to second on a wild pitch. JT Cafferty popped up to first base. There's the second out, and then Rodriguez just walked. He stands on first base. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch, and this one fouled back to my right. Stays in the park. And again, we'll do the 2-2. This guy's off tomorrow, and then play again on Wednesday. Same teams before the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks come into town Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Plenty of chances for you to get out to Duncan Field here. We'll do the 2-2 again. McClure having a good at bat. That one hit to center field, but it's going to hang up there quite a while and push underneath it and retires the Busters here in the second. So 1 hit, 2 left on, no runs at the end of 2. It's 2-0 Fremont. We're back in the 3rd inning. This is Sodbuster Baseball, and a word from Graham Tire.
You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball. Hey you. Your ad here. It's Josh Salmon of Salmon Says Media. Imagine turning on the radio or TV and hearing or seeing your business being advertised. Salmon Says Media offers voiceovers, full audio production, on-hold messaging for your phone, and more. Nearly 2 decades of experience. Salmon Says Media also offers radio imaging and podcast production. See us on Facebook. Salmon Says Media, the official media partner of the Hastings Sodbusters.
Welcome back to Duncan Field. Josh Salmon and Steve Stein. And here in the 3rd inning, Steve, you'll take over the call as Busters had a chance there and just couldn't get anything going in the bottom of the 2nd. This is going to be an important inning for Schneider. He had a great ground ball he needed to end the inning. Let's see if he can keep that mojo going here in the 3rd.
You betcha, as Fremont has a 2-0 lead. The difference in this contest, 2 runs in the 1st for the Moo. You mentioned Snyder getting a double play ball from Tyler Push to end the 2nd. So 2-0 the score as Fremont will bat its 2, 3, and 4 hitters with Morphew, Taylor, and Reller against Jeremy Snyder. Getting set for his 3rd inning of work, the Northeast Community College product had a really good start in his opener, but came out as the loser a week ago. As stepping to the plate, Morphew, he is a lefty, right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter, and the first pitch of the top of the 3rd is on the way. And it's right in there for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike on the fastball from Schneider. Morphew, a pop to the 3rd baseman, his first time up, although that really doesn't tell the story. It was a great play by the Sodbuster 3rd baseman. Here's a high fly ball, center field. Moving over, Carson Cahoy, and he'll make that one look easy for the first out of the top of the 3rd. 1 out, nobody on, 2-0 a score. Fremont on top, and that will bring to the plate E.J. Taylor. Taylor, solidly built first baseman. He had a double and an RBI and a run scored his first time out. Fremont 2, the Sodbusters nothing. Gorgeous evening here, Memorial Day at Duncan Field. 367 down the right field line, 370 down the left field line. 408 to straightaway center. Snyder winds and delivers the first pitch to Taylor. And that one is bounced foul behind home plate. No balls, 1 strike on E.J. Taylor. Taylor coming into today a .389 batting average and moves that up a little bit with that double in inning number 1. Just able to sneak it inside the line as he hit it solidly down the right field line. Pops this one high in the air. That's also to right. Second baseman going back, right fielder coming on, and making the play for the Hastings Sodbusters is Cameron McClure. McClure able to get that one, so a couple of fly ball outs to outfielders, one to center and one to right, and Fremont will bat Brock Reller. Reller, the designated hitter, he grounded out to the second baseman his first time up. We're in the third, Fremont with the lead by a score of 2-0. Here's the pitch. Taken inside for ball one, 1 ball and no strikes on Brock Reller. Reller entering today's play, second best average on the team at .412. Schneider working quickly, and the 1-0 pitch is hit toward the right side, and it's off the glove of the first baseman, and safe at first will be Brock Reller. First error of the ball game on either team, as Trevor Matson could not field that between hop, and so Reller reaches 1 on, 2 outs, as Fremont will bat Austin Callahan, the third baseman. He singled his first time up and brought home the second run of the game for the Fremont move. Purple jerseys, orange numbers, gray pants with the orange and purple pinstripe down the sides for the Fremont move. They own a 2-0 lead over the Hastings Sodbusters. Fremont off to a 5-1 start. This one sliced down the left field line, and that's foul for Austin Callahan. Callahan, 0.77 coming into today, 1 hit in 13 at-bats for the Fremont move, but you know they expect him to be one of their better hitters, batting in the 5 spot. Here's a bouncing ball, right side, and base hit. It went just to the outside of the second baseman, and a 2-out single, 2-out rally here for Fremont. An error and now a single. Schneider trying to get out of this jam with Alex Narin coming to the plate for the Fremont move.
They're just finding these little holes on that right side, and no matter where Rodriguez plays, they seem to find that hole. That's the way the move are. They're very pesky hitters.
So 2 on, 2 out, 2-0 the score. Now 5 hits in the game for Fremont. Hastings got its first hit in the bottom half of the second. Top half of inning number 3. Here's the pitch. Fouled straight back, no balls, 1 strike on Alex Narin. Narin, 357 coming into this game. Stands in the right-handed box. First and second, 2 outs, 2-0 the score. Fremont with the lead. Curveball on the outside corner.
They have Nairn listed as an outfielder on the roster. And he is
playing left field today.
Sorry.
So that's okay.
We have seen him in the infield, though, too.
Yep. 1 ball. Should say no balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch is bounced to the right side. Nice play there. Little redemption for Trevor Matson, who steps on the bag to end the inning. A very similar ball hit his way earlier that he could not handle. Got it this time, and no damage done. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left as we head to the bottom half of inning number 3. 2-0 Fremont. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball.
5 Points Bank of Hastings, safe, strong, and growing. Back in September of 2000, we opened for business at 4th and St. Joe with a staff of 5. Now we have 3 banking locations, over 45 employees, and have grown to become the largest locally owned bank in Hastings.
Since our opening, we've listened to you and responded by providing high-quality customer service, new banking technology, and provided support to many community organizations. We appreciate your support and look forward to continuing as the better bank in Hastings.
Have you heard the latest in Sodbusters news? Hey, this is Josh Salmon, voice of Hastings Sodbusters Baseball, inviting you to check out the Sodcast, the official Sodbusters podcast. Each episode gets you up to date on team info, the latest news, player and coaches interviews, and more. Join Brian Frew and myself for the Sodcast all through the baseball season. The Sodcast is available for listening on Spotify for free. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball Insides Inside Duncanfield with me, Josh Salmon, and co-owner Brian Frew. The Sodcast. Listen to.
We head to the bottom half of inning number 3, still 2-0 the score. The Fremont Moo on top of the Hastings Sodbusters, and the Sodbusters will have the top of the order coming up. Could not cash a 2-out opportunity. Had a single and a walk, but fly out from Cameron McClure to end the inning. And now it's going to be Cole Dawson coming up for the Sodbusters. He grounded back at the pitcher his first time up on a well-played ball by Dawson Linder. That ball was headed towards center fielder. Linder gloved it and threw out Dawson. Good to see Cole Dawson in the lineup, his Sodbuster debut, as the first pitch is on the way, and this one is bounced to the left side. Picked up cleanly by the third baseman, and a strong throw as Austin Callahan takes care of Cole Dawson, so Dawson is out to open the third inning.
I've seen a lot of guys swinging at the first pitch tonight. You know, they're trying to be aggressive, but it's just not working. I think the patience has worked better against Linder.
Well, it's the thing about it. They saw Linder last time, maybe trying something a little bit different, and Linder's been so much around the zone, you figure you don't want to be down 0-1 or 0-2, and first pitch swinging is Tyler Monroe, and he skies this one out of play. No balls and one strike on Monroe, who walked his first time up, stole the base, but was stranded at second.
Goes to Northeast Community College. Batted .342 this season with them.
2-0, Fremont on top here on a gorgeous Memorial Day evening. The pitch is taken upstairs for a ball, and one strike on Monroe. Played at Norris High School, Class B. Lists the official hometown as Lincoln. Norris High, south of Lincoln. Pitch is taken upstairs. 2 balls and a strike on Tyler Monroe. It's been the everyday shortstop for the Sodbusters here in the early going. Hastings coming in 2-4. Fremont 5-1 on a 5-game winning streak after they lost their season opener right here. Pitch is taken upstairs. It's now 3-1 on Tyler Monroe, trying to reach for the second time today.
We've really seen him settle into that shortstop position. That first game, he had a couple errors, and since then he's been really smooth at short.
Hastings had 5 errors and won the game on that opening night as the pitch is fouled away. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Just foul tipped into the glove of catcher Trey Nichols. Fremont move with a 2-0 lead as here's the pitch from Linder. Loop to left field. Starting out, coming in, and playing it well is Alex Narin for the second out of the inning. So 2 outs for Hastings, and that will bring to the plate Carson Cahoy. Fremont 2 runs, 5 hits. Hastings no runs, 1 hit, and 1 error. Sodbusters trying to get back in the win column against Fremont after dropping a pair on Friday and Saturday. 8-2 and 10-2. The pitch is taken high and outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on the Grand Island Senior High product. And now going to Santa Barbara City College. Pitch misses high for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes on Carson Cahoy, who flew to right his first time up.
.307 batting average, 8 for 26 on the season with 3 RBIs for the Busters.
Had been a fixture at the top of the order, batting in the 3 spot today. 2-0 Fremont here in the bottom of the third. Didn't mean to go around. Carson Cahoy tried to check at one that was up in his eyes, and it's now 2-1 on Cahoy. Linder's thrown 52 pitches so far, and his 53rd pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2 by Carson Cahoy. 2 balls, 2 strikes as Linder tried to set the Busters down in order for the first time today. Linder working quickly atop the hill, and the 2-2 delivery. Inside, nearly got a piece of Cahoy. It's all the way back to the screen, and now a full count on Carson Cahoy.
We saw a little bit of Linder last inning having some control issues, and we thought maybe that would turn into something, and then, of course, he pitched his way out of it.
3-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, blew it by Cahoy, who could not make contact, and the Sodbusters gone quietly here in inning number 3. After 3 complete, Fremont 2, Sodbusters nothing. You are listening to Sodbuster Baseball. Imagine visiting a place with historic housing districts, beautiful parks, and strolling through downtown shops. No, it isn't a fairy tale. It's Hastings, Nebraska. The Adams County Visitors Bureau invites you to experience Hastings, from birdwatching to the Aqua Court Water Park to taking in a Sodbusters baseball game at historic Duncan Field. It all starts with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. What would a visit be without great eats? Hastings has plenty for all cravings. Start exploring at visithastingsnebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Nebraska Land Distributing is a proud sponsor of the Hastings Sodbusters. When you come to the ballpark, get a refreshing Coors Light, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributing. Nebraska Land Distributing also features Leinenkugels, the ultimate summer drink, cold and refreshing, and sold at Duncan Field. Another Nebraska Land Distributing option when you come to the ballpark is light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. Nebraska Land Distributing, proud sponsor of the Beer Batter at all Hastings Sodbuster home games. Into the bottom half of the third inning here at historic Duncan Field. It's still Fremont 2 and Hastings nothing. As the bottom of the order coming up for the Moo, Nichols, Mize, and Tyler Mata-Lloyd against Jeremy Snyder. Snyder really solid again today. Just was touched up in that first inning for 2 runs on 3 hits, but put a couple of zeros on the board since then. And coming to the plate now is Trey Nichols. Nichols struck out his first time up. Schneider, right-handed pitcher against a right-handed hitter as the first pitch of the 4th inning is taken low for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes on Trey Nichols. Nichols in the lineup today, catcher out of Midland University. They're in Fremont from Bowling Green, Maryland. Here's the 1-0 delivery, and this one is looped back up the middle. Second baseman's got it for the Sodbusters. Long throw in time. Stealing a base hit there for the Hastings Sodbusters, Matt Rodriguez, as he was able to retire Nichols, so 1 out, nobody on for Drew Mize. When that got by pitcher Jeremy Snyder, you thought that probably was going to get on into center field, but nice range shown by Matt Rodriguez on that softly hit looper, and the Sodbusters able to get an out there. Rodriguez didn't have much on the throw, but able to get the out. As Mize steps in and swings and misses and one up in his eyes. No balls, 1 strike on Drew Mize, the shortstop for the Fremont Moo. So Mize in the lineup now, batting .269 coming into today, and pops this one up. Right side, over in foul territory. Underneath to make the catch is the Hastings right fielder, Cameron McClure, and there are 2 quick outs here in inning number 4. Fremont 2 and Hastings nothing. Sodbusters with just 1 hit so far against Dawson Linder. As we will see the bottom of the other order coming up, Tyler Mata-Lloyd for Fremont. And actually it looks like it's a new batter. Tyler Mata-Lloyd was number 4. This appears to be number 1. And I do not have a number 1 on the Fremont roster. Here's the pitch. Taken on the outside corner for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Now Tyler Mata-Lloyd was hit by a pitch his last time up. Here comes the pitch. And this one is hit high in the air to center field. Underneath it is Carson Cahoy, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Fremont Moo. We head to the bottom half of inning number 4. It's still Fremont 2, Hastings nothing. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball.
It's hot. Can we get some popsicles? A lot of popsicles.
Okay, sure.
Let's go to Sam's Club. We can get some popsicles there. Plus, check out the pools on sale.
Didn't Dad want to barbecue tonight?
With all those popsicles, we should get some paper towels, too.
Good idea, Mom.
I'll grab some chips. Sam's Club has something for every season.
Sam's Club, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. Stop by before or after the game. For the best in promotional videos, custom designs, photography, websites, and more, it's Provident Promotions. You've got the business. Now make it stand out with Provident Promotions. Provident Promotions can help you design your logo, website, custom make your promotional video, and shoot just the right photo for your company or business needs to be seen everywhere. And they even offer email marketing services and social media management. Let them help you from start to finish. 111 North Burlington Avenue, Suite 110 in Hastings. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
Head of the bottom half of inning number 4. It's still Fremont 2, Hastings nothing. Dylan Sears came into the game for Fremont to pinch hit for Tyler Mata-Lloyd. He stays in the game to play second base. Now the Sodbusters will send their 4, 5, and 6 headers up there against Dawson Linder, who's been rock solid again today after he came in relief his first outing of the year and ended up picking up the win for Fremont. First pitch is missing for Linder against Trevor Matson. Matson struck out his first time up. 2 Ks so far for the right-hander Dawson Linder. So another pretty good pitchers duel going on here between Fremont and Hastings. First game between these 2 teams was a wild one here at Duncan Field, with the Sodbusters winning 10-9. The second one Much more normal baseball at 2-1, and then Fremont took a pair from Hastings in Fremont earlier. I should say late last week. The pitch is across for a strike. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Trevor Matson. Been a regular for this Hastings team in the early going. Swings and just gets a piece of this one. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Matson from Arcadia University, Pennsylvania, biology major there. From Riverside, California. So you talk about a guy who has gone coast to coast from California, goes to school in Pennsylvania, and lets you split the difference and spend the summer in Nebraska. And Hastings happy to have him as the pitch is taken high for a ball, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Trevor Matson.
He's from my neck of the woods. I know Riverside's by San Diego area.
2-2 the count. The pitch. Loop down the first base line, but foul. It remains 2-2 on Trevor Matson.
He said he was an LA fan, and I was like, uh-oh. But then it was the Angels, so we were okay.
Okay. If he were a Dodgers fan, it would have been no good.
I would have to disown him. Yep, there we go. No, he's a good guy.
2-2 pitch on the way from Linder. Struck well to right center field, but over to make the catch will be the Fremont center fielder Tyler Push, and Hastings continues to struggle against Dawson Linder to put much in the way of hits together. Trey Kojal steps to the plate now. He grounded to the second baseman his first time up. Best scoring chance for the Sodbusters came in the second when they put 2 aboard with 2 outs but could not score. The pitch in there for a strike on the inside part of the plate. No balls, 1 strike on Trey Kojal. 0 for 1 in the game.
He does have a double this season.
Grounded foul over on the third base side. It's quickly 2 strikes on Trey Kojal as Sodbusters great to have their manager here now as Chandler Wagner, who is playing down at in the third base coach's box. Scott Galusha coaching first. Ground ball right side. E.J. Taylor eats him up. Second baseman comes through, throws to the pitcher, covering and out. What a play for Fremont. Not giving up on it. E.J. Taylor had it go through him, but Dylan Sears backing up the play, dished over to the pitcher, covering Dawson Linder. It goes 3-4-1 on the putout for the second out of the 4th inning.
Yeah, we saw Sears last year. He is a very good defender at second, and that's probably why he's in the game right now.
First pitch goes to Jack Hammond, and it misses low for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes on the designated hitter for the Hastings Sodbusters. As Linder continues to impress, and this pitch is taken high for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes. Allowed a single and a walk back in the second, and since then has set down 6 in a row. Meanwhile, Jeremy Schneider continues to match him pretty well after giving up those 2 runs in the first. He has put zeros on the board each of the last 3 innings. 2-0 delivery is on the way. Sprayed foul goes to 2-1 over on the right side. Rock Chalk Jayhawk Jack Hammond out of Kansas University. Of course, that is the school where Chandler Wagner is a volunteer assistant. KU just coming off a season in which they finished just over 500 for the season at 30-27, with 8-16 in the Big 12, 0-1 in the tournament. They actually had to play in the play-in game and lost to West Virginia. West Virginia then turned around and upset Texas, but in the end it was TCU beating Oklahoma State in the 1-game championship contest. 3-1 pitch on the way, and outside for ball 4, so Hammond works his way aboard for the second time today, singled back in the second, and now walks here in the 4th to keep this inning going. That'll bring to the plate J.T. Cafferty.
Couple good at-bats there for Hammond, young man. Only had a few at-bats on the road for the Busters. Comes home, gets a single his first time up, gets on his second time. So he's doing what he can. The guys behind him need to get him in.
See what J.T. Cafferty can get done for the Hastings Sodbusters, hitting .263 coming into today. Cafferty popped up to the second baseman his first time up. 1 on, 2 outs. Sodbusters trail it by a score of 2-0 as the pitch is inside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on the hometown product here, J.T. Cafferty. Cafferty, guys playing out at Western Nebraska, but from Hastings, a forestry major in college. 1-0 delivery on the way. And he swings and pops it back over the press box area for a foul ball. 1 ball and 1 strike on J.T. Cafferty. Steve Stein, Josh Salmon. I'll be heading back to PA duties after this inning, and Josh will have the 5th. Pitch across on the outside corner as Linder took something off of that one. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. I think JT'd probably like a chance to swing at that one again, but good job for Linder changing speeds there.
Yeah, it looked like a changeup.
1-2 pitch on the way. Misses outside. 2-2 to JT Cafferty.
He's had some issues with that slider tonight. It's just not getting the movement he's had in the past, but he's been effective with the fastball.
1 on, 2 out, bottom of the 4th. Fremont 2, Hastings nothing. And the pitch from Linder. Curveball, swing and a miss. JT Cafferty cannot make contact, and the Sodbusters are gone here in the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, 1 left, and we head to the 5th. It's still Fremont 2, Hastings nothing. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball.
Think you have enough energy?
I'm exhausted, and it's hot out here. I'm thinking about enjoying that nice, cool air conditioning I have at home.
Oh yeah, you've talked about Ruts Heating and AC, the #1 source for residential and commercial HVAC services in Nebraska for over 45 years.
Yeah, now. I have enough for one more batter, Coach.
Smith, go finish this thing so we can all go home and cool off. Visit rutsheatingandair.com.
My husband and I love to live in Nebraska.
It's the good life.
We always vacation here.
Love those Nebraska state parks.
We love to eat here.
Where are you going to get a better steak?
And we love to play here, especially Nebraska Pick 5 from the Nebraska Lottery. It has a $50,000 starting jackpot, drawing 7 days a week, and all the proceeds go back to our state.
Hey, honey, this weekend, let's buy some Nebraska Pick 5 tickets, go to a state park, and grill some steaks.
Like our first date.
I'm no amateur.
Top prize odds 1 in 501,000.
Welcome back to Duncan Field. Josh Salmon along with you for Steve Stein and Nate Miller to my right. As Schneider had a little bit of trouble in the first inning, but he's been dealing ever since. Looks like General Manager Scott Galusha making his way up here to press box. We'll talk to him a little bit. Just some offensive woes continuing for the Busters, and he's just got to find that groove. Just got to get in that groove and find it. But when Dylan Linder's pitching like he is, it's hard. Even when he gets behind, he finds a way to come back. He used the slider, the curveball, the changeup against the last batter to end the last inning, and Cafferty had no idea what was coming at him and struck him out for the 3rd strikeout of the game for Linder. So Schneider, see what he can do. Back to the top of the order here for the Moo. Batting 1 for 2 is Tyler Push, the center fielder. Schneider gets the sign. Pitching coming on, and that one misses for a ball. So joining me up here is General Manager / first base coach, Scott Galusha. Scott, you're getting a little, I'd say you get a breather from managing, but you're it's a long walk up here.
You know, there's always something to do. Thankfully, we got a good staff, but we're always busy.
1 ball, 1 strike here to Tyler Push, the center fielder. Just can't get that clutch hit. We've been having that problems this season. Get the guys on base and can't get a clutch hit.
You know, we're having some better at bats. Fremont's good, and we're seeing good pitching, but luckily, we've had some much more competitive at bats tonight, and I think we're going to get them. So
Cahoy tracks that one down to right center field for the first out.
Just got to get the right ball to fall for us. Need a little bleeder. We've hit some balls hard at people, but Jeremy's keeping us in the game, playing pretty good defense.
Yeah, he had a tough first inning, but he really settled in after that against a tough Moo team. The defense has been good behind him. We had a great catch at third base by Dawson in the first inning to help out. We had the double play, so every little bit like that helps. Here comes Darian Morphew, who's been really hitting good for the Moo this year, but he's 0 for 2 in this game.
Yeah, he's had our number. Of course, this is the 5th time we've seen him already in 7 games. So this is obviously a tough part of our schedule. Fremont is probably the best team in our division. We'd like to think we can compete with them, and we beat them once. And the other 2 games, actually the other 3 games, were all either way. A couple of scores didn't end up our way, but we had chances in both those games and just couldn't take advantage, just like you were saying. Haven't got that big hit yet. But our kids compete. I like the makeup of our kids, and they're going to play hard, and that's what I like.
There's the 2-0 coming from Schneider. Hit down that 5-5 hole into left field. Tony Gwynn made a career out of that, and that's into left. That is the 6th hit of the afternoon for the Moo. Let's take back to that game, that pure game. 29-3, I think, was the final the other night, and I think you started bringing in everybody in the kitchen sink to pitch on that game.
Well, you know, it was really cold that day, and it was raining, and it was about 45 degrees. And so we knew it was going to be tough to play defense. We knew it was going to be tough to pitch, tough to hit. And we got off to a pretty rough start. But after that, our bullpen did a great job. They threw 8 innings in the bullpen, eight in the third innings, and gave up 2 runs. They did a fantastic job. And we did. We brought in a couple quality position players to pitch. Tyler Monroe did a good job, and JT Cafferty did a good job. And that's just part of how this league works. You know, when you get games out of hand, especially with pitch counts and mandatory rests and not full rosters yet, you got to do all you can to try to save guys as much as you can, and we've done a nice job at that, and we're in good shape.
There's the 1-2 to Taylor. Excuse me, the 1-0 to Taylor. And the curveball doesn't chirp, it just floats up there. So, yeah, the bats were really going that night. That's one of those nights where you'd like to take about 12 runs and just kind of conserve the rest for another rainy day.
Well, we talked about that a little bit. But, you know, again, a lot of these kids, we have a lot of first-year kids on our team. And so this is, for the most part, their first opportunity at wood bats. And until you do it, it's a difficult transition from the aluminum bat. And plus, we've seen Fremont's 1 and 2 pitchers already twice each in 6 days. And so we're seeing top-of-the-line pitching in our league, and yet we've had a chance to compete in every single one of the games. And I think we're going to continue to compete against them, and I was happy with how we've played. Just didn't quite go our way the last couple nights in Fremont, but they're a good, solid team, well coached.
3-1 here to E.J. Taylor, the first baseman. Runner on first is Morphew. Short lead for him. Let's see if he goes. And he does. That one inside, it's ball 4. It doesn't matter. It's a walk. It's the first walk of the night given up by Schneider. So Chandler Wagner's here, manager, first game with the team for him, and he's excited. I was down there talking to him before the game. He's ready to go. And this is a good chance for him, too. Being a assistant coach at KU gives him a chance to wear the daddy pants or the manager shoes, if you will. And so it's fun for him, and it's fun for the guys.
Yep, it's good experience for them. And I love being down there, but that's not my job. And I can do it, and I love to do it, and I will do it when needed. But we're glad Chandler's here that can have a little bit younger voice down there and get excited for him. And he's done a nice job at getting to know the kids early. And I'm going to be down there with him tonight just to kind of help him with some situations based upon who I feel and what decision at this point. But he'll have it going, and our assistant coach will be here tomorrow. And so I'll be completely in the stands Friday night or Thursday night when we get to see the move again. But I'll be back to my normal position, whatever that is, in this sort of baseball.
Well, he's got college baseball experience from Oklahoma, so he can kind of relate to the guys that way as well as playing at that level.
Absolutely. Chandler, he was drafted out of high school in the major leagues. It was in the later rounds, but obviously people knew that he was a talented young man, and the kids like to hear that sort of things. He knows what it takes. He coaches at the highest level in the Big 12, is really, really good baseball. And so we're really happy to have him. We think he can help our kids develop a little bit, teach them a little bit about the game, and we're excited for him to be here.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on here for the Moo. Brock Reller back for the Moo. We didn't see him in the first 2 games of the season. Very familiar with him from last year. Dancing around at second base is Morphew. Doesn't go. That one hits to center. It's going to fall in front of Cahoy. And Carson comes up. He's going to go firing to home. And it looks a little high on the throw, and it's a little late as well as the runner moves all the way over to third as E.J. Taylor. It's now 3-0 Moo.
Again, that's a good at bat, but soft contact again. So a pretty good pitch, but he got enough wood on it to get it over the infield, and those are hits that we just haven't got so far this year. 2 nights ago in Fremont, we were up 2-0 with the bases loaded, and we hit one of those that just didn't quite have enough to get over the infield. It was close, but they made a nice play. So those things have a tendency to even out, and again, they are very experienced, very physically impressive. Fremont is, and we've got a lot of first-year guys that I really like, but they're not quite as big physically, and they just have to have some more experience, especially with the wood bats.
Is there one guy, if you look at this team, that's really maybe surprised you in a good way since joining the team?
Well, it's you kind of bond, you kind of learn about the kids on the road, and so we've got a chance to learn about a lot of them. But I tell you what, we had 21 guys with us on the road, and we got 21 my kind of kids, and I'm really proud of that because we want to be good baseball players, and we are. But really, what I'm happy with is the quality of kids they are. They're good kids. They work hard. They love baseball, and they're going to come to the yard. They want to work as hard as they can. and they want to compete, and those are really good. But our pitchers have done. Our pitchers so far have probably outdone expectations, and our hitters are probably a little bit behind that. But yet that's a little bit the norm as far as the Wood Bat League goes for as early as we're starting.
2-0 here to Callahan. He's got 2 hits on the day. 2 of the 7 hits belong to him. Runners on the corners here for the Moo, threatening only 1 out. 3-0 Moo lead here in top of the 5th. Schneider's been going the distance for him, and it goes to 3-0 there.
Hey, Fish, I want to take just a second here. It's Memorial Day, and I have a daughter in the Navy, and I know she's watching and listening. So I just want to tell her again how proud we are of her for doing what she does, and wish she was here. We got a grandkid coming from here pretty soon, and so we're going to get a chance to see her pretty soon. But just want to say thank you on the air to not only my daughter, but everybody that does this. Hey, there's no room, no run here. No run. There it is. Hey.
Yep, run doesn't count. There's a fly out to center field, and Carson Cahoy with the cannon out there. I think the Moo underestimated his arm. They get the runner going to second in the inning, so the run doesn't count. There's the defense you've been talking about. That was sharp.
That's right. That was a heads-up play, and that's why we tell our kids they got to run hard all the time, because you just assume you're going to jog in there, and that's the case. But when they try to take that extra base, we got an out. So that's a fortunate play for us to keep it 3-0, and hopefully we can scratch something back. But
he was out by plenty. Good throw there. So Scott Jalusa joining me here in the booth. We'll be right back. We'll take a break. And this is Sodbuster Baseball, down by 3, but plenty of innings left to go here. Bottom of the 5th coming up as we have Graham Tire.
You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball. Hey you, your ad here. It's Josh Salmon of Salmon Says Media. Imagine turning on the radio or TV and hearing or seeing your business being advertised. Salmon Says Media offers voiceovers, full audio production, on-hold messaging for your phone, and more. Nearly 2 decades of experience. Salmon Says Media also offers radio imaging and podcast production. See us on Facebook. Salmon Says Media, the official media partner of the Hastings Sodbusters.
All right, a pitching change out there for the Moo, and Linder was cruising, so maybe this could be a good thing for the Busters as Brendan Jones takes over. So Linder is done for the night, and we're happy to see that. Scott Galusha up here with Josh Salmon and Brendan Jones. I don't think we've seen him this year for the Moo, have we?
No, it's one of the few guys we haven't. We've seen their number 1 and 2 guys twice. We've seen their closer 4 times in 4 games. And so we look forward to getting in their bullpen a little bit. I think, we hit them pretty good in game 1, and then since then they've kind of had our number a little bit, but we're gonna scratch a couple across here. We've had some good at-bats in the bottom part of our lineup this game, and hopefully they can continue that.
Official line on Dawson Linder is 4 innings pitched, 1 hit, 3 strikeouts, and 3 walks. So, and the 2 times we faced this guy, he's only given up 1 hit all season. We're happy to see him out of there. Hopefully they can tink the armor here of the Moo and get to Brendan Jones. As you look at the Buster lineup coming up here, you're going to have the 9-1. You're going to have the 8-9-1 hitters up here. Matt Rodriguez. Talk about this kid. He joined us on the road trip. A good defender out there at second base.
Yeah, he's coming off an arm injury, so he was just on Saturday night. We played his first game as a DH and got the okay to play, and he's been more and more comfortable as far as throwing the ball around and done a nice job at second base for us tonight. He's going to be a guy that's going to platoon for us and help us out in the middle infield, and so far in his 5 or 6 at-bats, he's had some pretty good ones.
Goes to Bridgeport, Connecticut College. 6 foot 180. Senior up there. That one misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Rodriguez. It'll be Rodriguez, McClure, and back to Cole Dawson at the top of the order. Busters down by 3. Only have 1 hit in the game, but new pitcher in here, Brendan Jones, hopefully get something going. Righty versus righty. Made him look bad on that one and a foul tip. And Rodriguez is down 1 and 2.
Just reach for that one a little bit, and that's what our tendency has been early in the year, is reaching a little bit instead of trying to drive that ball the other way. We've sort of tried to yank it, so we've got to stay on that pitch and hit it back up the middle.
That one a little low. Good eye off of that. The guys have had some pretty good eyes on some of these pitches tonight on these ones that are really, really close. It's some of the ones that are outside that they're swinging at. So they're getting there. It's getting there.
Yeah, we've had a couple of bats where we've got ourselves out, and that's one thing we preach all the time. We gotta We got to make him work and got to hit on our terms. And even when we get behind in the count, we've got to do what we can to make him earn it, just like we do on the other way. And if we can just continue to do that and have solid at-bats, and solid at-bats doesn't mean to double all the time, Fish. It means seeing a bunch of pitches, getting a good read on them, and putting some good wood on it. So hopefully we'll get some more of those as we get into later innings.
2-2 called strike 3, and that was just a wicked curveball, and caught Rodriguez looking for strikeout there for Brandon Jones. And Scott, as your manager, you've been pretty aggressive this year on the base paths, and sometimes, small ball makes things happen, and that's what you got to do.
Well, we surely, I knew we weren't going to be very big because we have a lot of first-year players, and so one of the things we talked about right before the season started is we were going to try to utilize what we do well, and that's running, and we've bunted a little bit. I used to love to bunt all the time. That's what we want to do right up the middle. Good at bat there by Cameron McClure.
First pitch he sees, smacks it up the middle, and these guys have been aggressive tonight on the first pitch, and this time it paid off for McClure. He's 1 of 2. Back to the top of the order for Cole Dawson, and Dawson is just missing. He's grounded out a couple times. It's coming around for him. He's going to get there.
This is his first game for us tonight. He's from Kansas City, Kansas Community College. He's one of the guys as a coach that I love. He's a coach's kid. Don't have to worry about him. We know he's fundamentally sound. We know he works hard, and those are the kind of kids we like representing the Hastings Sodbusters.
Jones checks his runner at first. Big lead over there, but McClure is back. So McClure getting the second hit of the game, the first one given up by Jones. Buster's got something cooking here in the bottom of the 5th.
You remember McClure had a really good at-bat his last at-bat, so those things usually lead to good at-bats when you see a lot of pitches, and he didn't win the last one, but he hit it hard. So those are good things, and those are things that we like to track and like to keep track of, so we know who's seeing the ball as good as they need to be.
Moral victory, if nothing else, and you get to be more patient at the bat, and it helps your eyes. So 3 runs, 7 hits for the Moo, no errors, and no runs on 2 hits and 1 error for the Busters. Now the defense has really gotten a lot better. We saw the first game, there was 5 errors. They won it. Since then, the errors have really gone down. The defense has been solid from these guys.
Yeah, unfortunately, Fish, that's the norm. Our field is bouncy, and what happens? It's a great surface to play on, but it takes some getting used to. It's like 1 bounce, 2 bounce, and then on that 3rd bounce, we sort of get the top spin. And so if you haven't played here very much, that 3rd bounce gets you. It kind of jumps on you higher than you think, and that's exactly what happened to Tyler Monroe in that first game. But we've made some really nice plays. I know Trevor Madsen has the first error of the night for us, but he's made top 10 Sports Center plays on 3 or 4 occasions, both at first base and third base. He's a good defender, and thankfully that one didn't hurt us, but he's a really good defensive player as well.
That guy shows up to the ballpark with a smile on his face. Trevor does.
He is the first kid to the field. He's the last to leave. He's a kid that constantly is the first one to help us clean anything up or pick anything up. He's just a model citizen. He's a new graduate from his school, and he's got some Division I offers to play as a graduate transfer next year, and he'll be a good player with whoever he goes. He's a model citizen, and we're really happy to have him.
Strikeout there for Cole Dawson. It's kind of a weird play. It looked like a foul tip, but they said he swung and missed and it rolled to the fence. So 2 out here. Busters with a runner on second. That is McClure advanced on the play, and it brings up Monroe, the shortstop, looking for his first hit of the night. He has been on base with a walk back in the first. Takes strike 1 in there. So you got Monroe from Northeast Community College. A couple guys from that team. Monroe, he actually came in and pitched once this year as well. 2 innings, struck out 3 guys. So that's pretty cool to have.
Yeah, again, he's got a really good arm. Matter of fact, he's transferring to Southeast Community College next spring. Just thinks he's going to get more people to look at him at that place.
That's awesome.
Dion Parks is a really good coach down at Southeast Community College, and he's got a lot of connections with D1, and that's what we want. These kids to have an opportunity. That's what they all want to do. So we think Tyler's going to be a really good hitter for us.
Outfield playing very shallow all the way around with 2 outs. And that one hit to left field, and that shallowness may pay off for the left fielder out there. And he makes the catch, and that is Naren. Scott Galusha, thanks for coming in and joining me. You're always welcome.
You bet, Fish. Hey, thanks for having me, and thanks for being here, and glad you're part of our team.
Oh, thanks a lot. I love it. I got my jersey on today supporting the troops and those who we've lost. Busters leave 1 on base, still 3-0 Moo. Coming back at top of the 6th inning. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
5 Points Bank of Hastings, safe, strong, and growing. Back in September of 2000, we opened for business at 4th and St. Joe with a staff of 5. Now we have 3 banking locations, over 45 employees, and have grown to become the largest locally owned bank in Hastings.
Since our opening, we've listened to you and responded by providing high-quality customer service, new banking technology, and provided support to many community organizations. We appreciate your support and look forward to continuing as the better bank in Hastings.
Have you heard the latest in Sodbusters news? Hey, this is Josh Salmon, voice of Hastings Sodbusters Baseball, inviting you to check out the Sodcast, the official Sodbusters podcast. Each episode gets you up to date on team info, the latest news, player and coaches interviews, and more. Join Brian Frew and myself for the Sodcast all through the baseball season. The Sodcast is available for listening on Spotify for free. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball Inside Duncan Field with me, Josh Salmon, and co-owner Brian Frew. The Sodcast. Listen today.
It's time.
We head to the 6th inning, 3-0 to score. Fremont on top of the Hastings Sodbusters. Sodbusters still with just 2 hits on the day. One of those coming against the starter, Dawson Linder, and then Brendan Jones allowing 1 hit in his only inning of work. And see what Fremont can get done as they try to add to their lead. They have 2 runs in the first, added 1 in the 5th. As we now go to the 6th inning, and it'll be Nairn, Nichols, and Mize coming up against Jeremy Snyder, who's had a very solid day. Right-hander for the Hastings Sodbusters, but just hasn't gotten any run support whatsoever, but still a pretty quality start in progress here for Jeremy Snyder, who's been around the zone. Upwards of 70 pitches thrown as he gets set to go against Alex Nairn. And the first pitch of the 6th inning is right in there for strike 1, no balls, 1 strike on Alex Nairn. Nairn, a fielder's choice grounder to end the first, and he also grounded out to the first baseman back in inning number 3. Pitch taken a little bit low for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Snyder now over 70 pitches on the day as the 1-1 delivery is on the way. Bouncing ball foul, it goes to 1-2 on Alex Nairn. Snyder 74 pitches thrown. He is now working in his 6th inning today. Snyder, the Northeast Community College product, looks in at his catcher, J.T. Cafferty, and brings home the 1-2 delivery. Curveball is bounced to the shortstop. Nice stop. The throw is low, but dug out nicely. Well played at both ends for the Sodbusters as Tyler Monroe, a clean dig, and then Trevor Matson was able to save his shortstop from an error. 6-3 on the putout.
Well, Monroe moving, completely moving on that entire play, and that's a tough play when you're running in, your body's moving, and your arm's going, and everything's going at once, and a good scoop on the other side, and like you said, over by Trevor over at first, and 1 down.
As here comes Trey Nichols, the starting catcher for the Fremont Moo. He struck out in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th, 0 for 2 on the day, and the first pitch is across for a strike, no balls, 1 strike. Snyder continues to impress. There was action behind him and continues to be over in the Sodbuster bullpen as the 0-1 delivery from Jeremy Snyder is on the way. This one is popped up. Foul territory between third and a home. And coming on and making the call and making the catch will be the third baseman for the Hastings Sodbusters as Cole Dawson. Good job taking control of that play for the second out of the inning. Much easier for the third baseman coming in than the catcher trying to grab that one.
Yeah, it would have been a bad angle there for Cafferty. So good job on Dawson calling him off, and not familiar with this field either. That's a tough play for a guy's first game out here, but that was a nice play.
Drew Mize steps to the plate now as he tripled back in inning number 2. He also flew out to right field. And the first pitch to him is outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Drew Mize. Mize, one of the returnees from last year, hitting .269 coming into today. He stands in the right-handed box, and the pitch hit toward the right side. Second baseman's got it. And the throw is in time. 1-2-3 goes Fremont, as that was well executed there by Matt Rodriguez, and nothing happening for Fremont here in inning number 6. It's still Fremont 3, Hastings nothing. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball. Nebraska Land Distributing is a proud sponsor of the Hastings Sodbusters. When you come to the ballpark, get a refreshing Coors Light, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributing. Nebraska Land Distributing also features Leinenkugels, the ultimate summer drink. cold and refreshing, and sold at Duncan Field. Another Nebraska land distributing option when you come to the ballpark is light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. Nebraska Land Distributing, proud sponsor of the Beer Batter at all Hastings Sodbuster home games.
It's hot. Can we get...
Nebraska Land Distributing is a proud sponsor of the Hastings Sodbusters. When you come to the ballpark, get a refreshing Coors Light, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributing. Nebraska Land Distributing also features Leinenkugels, the ultimate summer drink, cold and refreshing, and sold at Duncan Field. Another Nebraska Land Distributing option when you come to the ballpark is light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. Nebraska Land Distributing, proud sponsor of the Beer Batter at all Hastings Sodbuster home games. Into the bottom half of inning number 6, Steve Stein, Josh Salmon bringing you Sodbuster baseball. 3-0 Fremont on top. 2 runs in inning number 1. They added 1 in the 5th. We'll see what the Sodbusters can get done in their second look at Brendan Jones, as Jones coming in relief of Dawson Linder, who had another nice outing. He ended up throwing the first 4 innings today. Meanwhile, Jeremy Schneider has been pretty solid for Hastings Sodbusters. 80 pitches thrown for Hastings as he continues to pitch for the Sodbusters. We'll see if that was the end of his night. It's going to be 3, 4, and 5 for the Sodbusters as Carson Cahoy comes to the plate against Brendan Jones. Right-handed hitter, and the first pitch is across for a strike. No balls and 1 strike on Cahoy. Cahoy 0 for 2 on the day, flew out to right his first time up, struck out in inning number 3. Now in the 6th. Here's the pitch. Just misses low, as trying to frame it was Trey Nichols. Didn't move the glove much, thinking that Matt maybe caught the knees, but count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike on the Grand Island Senior High grad. Curveball never dropped in there. 2-1 the count now on Carson Cahoy.
He just hasn't looked comfortable tonight at all on those swings.
Here comes the 2-1 delivery. That's just outside. 3-1. Sodbusters need a couple of base runners to bring the tying run to the plate. Cahoy stands in there, and we'll see how selective he is in his first look against Brendan Jones. Hits it well between short and third, and that's a hit for Carson Cahoy. Just the 3rd hit of the night for the Hastings Sodbusters.
There you go. Just needed something like that. First time they've had a leadoff hitter on in an inning for the Busters, and maybe that's a good sign. Get something going here, down by 3.
3, 4, and 5 coming up here in inning number 6 as Trevor Matson steps in. He is 0 for 2 and is another guy that's probably happy to see Drew Linder gone. Struck out against Linder in the first, flew out to center in the 4th. Now in inning number 6 with the Sodbusters trailing at 3-0. Brendan Jones on in relief and throws a first pitch strike over the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike on Matson. Jones will be throwing his 20th pitch since coming on. His next one will be, he brings it home. Ball bounced off the glove of the pitcher. Jones able to throw from his right knee over to E.J. Taylor for the out there at first. Goes 1-3 on the putouts. Carson Cahoy advances. Really wasn't a sacrifice, but at least it gets the runner into scoring position with less than 2 outs, and we'll see what Trey Kojal can get done as he is 0 for 2 on the day with a couple of ground ball outs.
Yeah, they had no chance of getting the double play on that one, even if he let it go and the second baseman get it, so you better knock it down and do what you can, too.
Jones brings the pitch home, and this pitch is inside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Kojal had the goofy grounder toward the right side that was mishandled by the first baseman, but a great play for Dylan Sears backing up the play, tossing over to the pitcher covering to complete the out. Here's the pitch. Upstairs for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes on Trey Kojal. Kojal trying to get it going today. 0 for 2.
Goes to Iowa Western College in Council Bluffs. From Waverly.
A junior college power in just darn near every sport. And Waverly, very solid Class B baseball program. Pitch is fouled back to the screen, 2-1. Now I say Class B. They've actually moved up to Class A for Legion ball in the summer, but they do play Class B ball in the spring. But Waverly, much like Gretna, moving up for baseball in the summer program. Gretna is now Class A in pretty much everything, but for a while Gretna was B in the summer and then or A in the summer. Throw down to third, and the Sodbusters are going to run into an out here as Carson Cahoy, an easy out there on that pitch that was taken for a ball, 2-1 the count. And the steal of third, very unsuccessful. Trey Nichols had Cahoy easily. I'm not sure if it was a missed sign, perhaps supposed to be a hit and run.
Yeah, I'm not sure there, but he was out by plenty.
3-1 the count now on Kojal. Pitch misses for a ball, and that's even more painful. The Sodbusters would have had first and second and only one out. And now runner at first and 2 outs with Jack Hammond coming to the plate.
Hammond's the only one to reach base twice tonight for the Busters, He singled back in the second, and he's walked in the fourth.
3-0. Fremont on top. I think Omaha Scott, they play Class B ball in the spring and then A Legion ball in the summer. Pitch inside on the inside corner for a strike. No balls, 1 strike on Jack Hammond.
Spearfish Sasquatch leading at home against the Pure Trappers, 3-0 in the top of the second.
That's the only other game going on in the Expedition League. Fremont, the leader of the division at this point, off to a 5-1 start. 0-1 delivery. Popped foul on the right side. Count goes to no balls and 2 strikes on Jack Hammond.
JT Cafferty due up next if he can get on. Busters got to start getting a crooked number on the board there here in the 6th inning.
Like I say, really hated to see Carson Cahoy go down on that potential steal of third.
It did look like a misread sign. Since you said that.
Pitch fouled away. And the count remains no balls, 2 strikes. With a left-handed hitter up there, it was such an easy throw for the catcher because he had the play open up in front of him, and he was able to make that strong throw down to third base. A lot of times you see a straight steal of third with a right-handed hitter because basically the catcher has to go through that man in the right-handed box to make the throw.
Well,
0-2 pitch is in the dirt. Great stop there. Good job for Trey Nichols, who's had a good inning, and count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
First game for Chandler Wagner, too, so there might be a little crossed wires there with their signals on the new coach, too. They may have misunderstood what he wanted.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs as we're in the bottom of the 6th. Fremont continues to lead it 3-0. As Jones on in relief, the pitch. Called strike 3, and the Sodbusters are turned away here in inning number 6. No runs, 1 hit. And 1 man left. It's Fremont 3, Hastings nothing. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball.
Can we get some popsicles? A lot of popsicles.
Okay, sure.
Let's go to Sam's Club. We can get some popsicles there. Plus, check out the pools on sale.
Didn't Dad want to barbecue tonight?
With all those popsicles, we should get some paper towels, too.
Good idea, Mom.
I'll grab some chips. Sam's Club has something for every season.
Sam's Club, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. Stop by before or after the game. For the best in promotional videos, custom designs, photography, websites, and more, it's Provident Promotions. You've got the business. Now make it stand out with Provident Promotions. Provident Promotions can help you design your logo, website, custom make your promotional video, and shoot just the right photo for your company or business needs to be seen everywhere. And they even offer email marketing services and social media management. Let them help you from start to finish. 111 North Burlington Avenue, Suite 110 in Hastings. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
New pitcher coming on for Hastings here in the top of the 7th. It's Chris Mazzini. Welcome back to the Sodbusters. So welcome that not even on the roster yet. So we appreciate him coming back and joining us for another season. That he'll make his Hastings debut for the 2021 season in relief of Jeremy Snyder.
Pitched in 2 games last year for us, but pitched in a year before that as well. I had him on the original roster, and I was looking through today, and I'm like, okay, he's not on the roster. Maybe he's not coming. And then I look in the bullpen, I see 35, and I'm like, 35? I don't know who that is. And Nate Miller to my right tells me it's Mazzini coming in. I'm like, oh, okay, well, we got Chris Mazzini. We got some stuff on him from last year. 11.71 ERA and 2-0 for the Busters in 17 innings pitched, 25 strikeouts, 29 walks, and 22 hits in 13 games, excuse me. I said 2 games, but he had 2 games batting and 13 pitching for the Busters last year.
So Mazzini will come on in relief of Jeremy Snyder, who works the first 6 innings, allowing 3 runs on 7 hits. Wasn't much of a strikeout guy today, but kept his team in the game. Sodbusters just not getting anything going offensively, and we'll see if Mazzini can hang a couple of zeros and allow the offense to get the job done. Meanwhile, batting for the Fremont Moo, it's going to be Dylan Sears. Sears came in as a pinch hitter in inning number 4 and flew out to center, his second at bat of the day for the left-hander, taking outside, so lefty-lefty matchup, and it's 1 ball and no strikes on Dylan Sears. 3-0 is scored, 3 runs, 7 hits for Fremont, no runs, 3 hits for the Hastings Sodbusters. 1-0 delivery, inside, 2 balls and no strikes. So, welcome back, Chris Mazzini, the Hastings Sodbusters. As the 2-0 delivery is on the way, and this one's taken upstairs, 3-0 the count now on Dylan Sears, batting in the 9 spots at top of the order coming up. Try not to allow that leadoff walk. Snyder did a good job of staying around the zone, making Fremont put it in play as this pitch across for strike 3 and 1, the count.
Mazzini goes to Northeast Community College. He's from Parker, Colorado. Lefty in there. Nice to have a lefty out of the bullpen to use. He's been pretty effective. Last year he was for the Busters.
3-1 delivery and fouled out of play on the left side. It goes to 3-2, so Mazzini trying to work his way all the way back. Snyder, another quality start here today, allowing 3 runs, 7 hits, walked 1, hit 1, struck out 1, just kept it around the zone for the most part, as pitches out of the zone for ball 4. So a 6-pitch walk to Dylan Sears. That will bring to the plate Tyler Push. Push a single and a run scored back in the first. He since grounded out and flew out. Steve Stein, Josh Salmon bringing you Sodbuster Baseball. Fremont 3, Hastings nothing as the Moo look to add some insurance in the final 3 innings of this, as they've left it up to their bullpen guy Brendan Jones, who's worked 2 scoreless innings after another solid outing from Dawson Linder to begin. He worked 4 innings of 1 hit ball.
One called a strike.
Pitch in there for strike 1 to Tyler Push. Push stands at the right-handed box as he faces the lefty, Chris Mazzini. Small lead over at first for Dylan Sears. The pitch is grounded. Diving stop made by the third baseman. Gets to his feet and throws him out. Good job for Cole Dawson. Welcome to the Sodbusters. Tremendous play there. Runner does advance from first to second, but Dawson flashes the leather and a strong arm to throw out Tyler Push. Runner at second, 1 out for Darian Morphew.
First game with the Busters, and Cole Dawson has made a great defensive impression over there. Made that catch in the first inning, that over-the-shoulder catch, and now this play, and I didn't think he was going to be able to complete that throw in time, but he did. Nice play.
Just for him to keep it on the infield, I thought was a bonus. To get the out, oh my gosh.
Speedy push, too, to get him.
Pitch fouled back to the screen off the bat of Darian Morphew. No balls and 1 strike. He is 1 for 3 on the day with a run scored as he scored the 3rd run of the day back in inning number 5. We're now in the 7th with Moo looking to add to their 3-0 lead.
This guy's batting .409 on the season.
Expedition League Baseball. Great to see these college athletes get a chance to play in the summer as the pitch is swung on and missed. No balls and 2 strikes on Darian Morphew. And everyone's got their own stories from around the nation. Morphew, one of the probably better students in the league. He goes to Brown University, so that is a very prestigious institution. And Morphew, his home is Tolar, Texas. 1-2 the count now on Darian Morphew.
See if Mazzini goes back to that curveball. It was nasty a minute ago.
Lefty-lefty matchup. Mazzini trying to sneak one by here and get the second out as a check of the runner. The pitch. Down low in the dirt. Good stop there for J.T. Cafferty, and no chance for advancement. And nice job for Morphew to lay off at 2 balls, 2 strikes on Darian Morphew, the right fielder for the Fremont Moo.
Yeah, Cafferty stopped everything back there tonight. He's done a really good job. We got some good catchers on the team this year. We've seen Carlson, McGuigan, excuse me, and now J.T. Cafferty back there, so good guys back there.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the 7th. Fremont leads it 3-0. Mazzini brings it home. Swing and a miss. It went up in his eyes. Great pitch combination there for Mazzini. Threw one in the dirt on the last pitch, and then Morphew went after one out of the zone. First strikeout for Mazzini. 2 outs, 1 on. Now for E.J. Taylor.
Taylor's been on base twice tonight with a walk and a double. Last time we saw him, he had a hard time hitting Sodbuster pitching, but he's picked things up since then, and he's got 2 hits. Or he's been on base twice.
1 for 2 officially with an RBI and a run scored. Big right-handed hitter, and you saw Jeremy Snyder work the inside on him. We'll see how Mazzini handles him as the lefty goes against Taylor for the first time today. Pitch drilled to right center field, but making a few steps to his right and making the catch is Cameron McClure, and Fremont turned away here in the 7th. The leadoff walk does not hurt. No runs, no hits, and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is Fremont 3, Hastings nothing. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball.
Timeout. Timeout. Smith, we only need 1 more out. Do you think you have enough energy?
I'm exhausted, and it's hot out here. I'm thinking about enjoying that nice, cool air conditioning I have at home.
Oh yeah, you've talked about Ruts Heating and AC, the #1 source for residential and commercial HVAC services in Nebraska for over 45 years.
Yeah, now, I have enough for 1 more batter, Coach.
Smith, go finish this thing so we can all go home and cool off. Visit rutsheatingandair.com.
My husband and I love to live in Nebraska.
It's the good life.
We always vacation here.
Love those Nebraska state parks.
We love to eat here.
Where are you going to get a better steak?
And we love to play here, especially Nebraska Pick 5 from the Nebraska Lottery. It has a $50,000 starting jackpot, drawing 7 days a week, and all the proceeds go back to our state.
Hey, honey, this weekend, let's buy some Nebraska Pick 5 tickets, go to a state park, and grill some steaks.
Like our first date.
I'm no amateur.
Top prize odds 1 in 501,000.
We head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. It's Fremont 3, Hastings nothing. Steve Stein and Josh Salmon bringing you Sodbuster Baseball as Hastings try to find the measure of Brendan Jones, who's coming in relief of Dawson Linder. Jones out there for his 3rd inning of work. Sodbusters have had a threat each of the innings. Had a 1-out single in the 5th inning, had 2 on. Or actually 1 on 2 different occasions, had 2 base runners in the 6th. Caught stealing was rather large. And here's J.T. Cafferty, the catcher for the Hastings Sodbusters, to lead things off as the first pitch comes in from Jones. And it's across for a strike, no balls, 1 strike. Hastings got the leadoff single, and then Carson Cahoy advanced to second, was caught stealing at third base, and then Sodbusters got a 1-out or a 2-out walk, but nothing further. 1 ball and 1 strike to count now on J.T. Cafferty, who is 0 for 2, a pop-up and a strikeout. His first 2 trips to the plate. 1-1 pitch from Jones and blew it by him upstairs. 1-2 the count on Cafferty.
Cafferty's been used all over. He's pitched this year. He's played in right field, first base, catcher. He's just one of those versatile guys that you can have out there, and it's a valuable asset to a team.
Still maybe trying to find his home in college at Western Nebraska Community College, and if you kind of show that versatility, that can also pay dividends when you get recruited to the next level.
Saw that with Griffin Everett last year, too. Cole Evans is one of those guys also.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Line back up the middle for a base hit. So JT aboard for the first time today, and we'll see what the Sodbusters can get done here in the bottom half of inning number 7, trailing it by a score of 3-0 as they bat the bottom of the order, 7, 8, and 9 against Brendan Jones.
And see, that was out of the zone. He reached out and got it and smacked it into center field. Again, the first batter of the inning is on for the Busters. That was just a nice piece of hitting there.
Matt Rodriguez bats now. He walked in the 2nd, struck out in the 5th. We're now in the bottom of the 7th. It's getting late as the Sodbusters have just 9 outs with which to work, trailing it by a score of 3-0. Fremont, some folks think they may be the team to beat again. They are the defending champions here in the Expedition League. Pitch rifled down the left field line. It's a fair ball. Sodbusters trying to go first to third. Here comes the throw, and out at third base. Nice job for the Fremont move left fielder, as gunning him down was Alex Naron. So it's a single from Rodriguez, actually a double for Rodriguez. He ends up there.
but Cafferty thrown out trying to get to third, and so again the Sodbusters lose a man on the bases, 1 on and 1 out for Cameron McClure.
Well, when I saw him rounding second, I knew there was going to be a close play. I was surprised that manager Wagner sent him to third because that ball wasn't hit terribly deep and a good arm out there in left field, but he was out. They got the call right. It was a close play, but he was out.
And so Cameron McClure will try to come through. So 2 solidly struck balls for the Hastings Sodbusters, but they have 1 on and 1 out now, trailing it by a score of 3-0. Good job for Naren to put it right on the money. Check swing foul, no balls and 1 strike on McClure, who's 1 for 2 on the day. He had a 1-out single against Jones back in the 5th. So again, making much better contact, at least having threats here against Jones.
Yeah, they're putting the ball in play. That's what you got to do. Just find a little groove. McClure's had some of the best at-bats tonight in the 9th place hole. He's really had some selective hits, and last time it showed with the single.
Jones out of the stretch. Pretty good lead out there at second for Rodriguez, and the pitch is in there for a strike.
Again, the outfield playing very shallow, especially pushing center, as Moop outfield has played, as they know not a whole lot of power on this team, a lot of speed, though, so they don't want anything falling in front of them.
Wind blowing lightly in from center. Really a gorgeous night with temperatures in the 60s here on Memorial Day evening. 0-2 delivery on the way. Just misses, and it's 1-2 on Cameron McClure. So a single and a double in the inning, and nothing to show for it. Hastings Sodbusters looking to break through here. Been out hit 7-5, but outscored 3-0. Here's the pitch. Sprayed foul down the right field line. It remains 1-2 on Cameron McClure. McClure out of St. Edward's University down in Texas. He's from the Woodlands in Texas.
I like the name of the town, The Woodlands.
Yes, not Woodlands, but The Woodlands. 1-2 pitch on the way. Check swing, and he was able to check it in time, and it's 2-2. McClure trying to find his way on top of the order, coming up with the Sodbusters, coming into today's play at 2-4 in the Expedition League. Fremont 5-1. They have won 5 in a row since that wild season opening loss here in Hastings by a score of 10-9. 2-2 pitch on the way. Ball hit toward the left side. Going to be a tough play. Knocked down by the shortstop, but no play. Infield single. Heck of an effort for the shortstop of the Fremont Mood, Drew Mize, but give it infield single. So the first 3 have reached. There are 2 on and 1 out. Top of the order coming up, Cole Dawson for the Sodbusters, trailing by a score of 3-0.
First time Busters have had anybody on third base all night.
Can they find a way to at least get that run home here as we are in the later stages of this one?
Perfect chance for Dawson to do it with the bat. He's been doing it with the glove all night. His first at-bat, first game here as a Sodbuster.
And 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch. Rifle down the left field line. Foul. And if that stays fair, 1 run scores, maybe 2.
That would have been very nice. I was signaling up here hoping it would go fair, but it just didn't get the wind blowing your way.
Cole Dawson out of Kansas City, Kansas Community College, Russellville, Arkansas, his hometown, and trying to get his first Sodbuster hit. Looks like there is action in the Fremont Moo bullpen as Jones comes set, brings home the pitch on the inside corner at the knees for strike 2. So Dawson really having a battle. Just want to at least put one in play. The infield is back, so if you can get a ground ball that's not struck too solidly, I don't want to get a double play ball right here, but any non-double play ground ball can get a run home from third.
Big gap in right center.
0-2 delivery from Jones as he brings it in. Bouncing ball right side. Second baseman charges. Throws back to second for 1. They'll get the out there as the ball came out of the glove of the shortstop. And as he was transferring over to try to throw it, he dropped it as Sears able to throw to Mize. So they get the out, but the run comes home on a fielder's choice grounder from Cole Dawson.
Well, it wasn't pretty, but we'll take it as an RBI. A run scored by Cafferty.
as it was actually Rodriguez.
I'm sorry.
And McClure was forced at second, 4-6 on the put out there. Dawson brings home the run, and here's Tyler Monroe, runner at first, 2 outs, 3-1 the score. Sodbusters trailing it. Pitch fouled back, no balls, 1 strike on Monroe, who's 0 for 2 in the game with a walk.
Monroe batting 143 on the season. Been doing really good with defense since that first game, just trying to find the groove at the plate.
3 runs, 7 hits for Fremont, 1 run, and 6 hits for the Hastings Sodbusters. Jones trying to work his way through the 7th. The pitch misses outside. Count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike on Tyler Monroe, the aforementioned player from Northeast Schiavone College. As he stands in the left-handed box against the righty Jones. Jones tried to finish his 3rd inning of work. Throws over to first and back safely will be Cole Dawson.
There's some action in the Busters bullpen as well. I'm trying to get you a number.
So Mazzini worked the top of the 7th after Snyder had 6 fairly solid innings, allowing 3 runs. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. 2-1 the count.
Jacob Shaw is warming up for the Busters.
See if Shaw is the next option, if he will come in the 8th, or if they allow Mazzini to go another inning. Meanwhile, Jones trying to work his way through the 7th. Hard hit ball into right field. That's a base hit. Sodbusters will have runners at first and second, and 2 outs. This is brought in quickly by the right fielder, Darian Morphew, and the Sodbusters have the tying runs on. The go-ahead run at the plate in the person of Carson Cahoy.
Let's see if the manager comes out of the bullpen here to talk to his pitcher. No, he's not. Kind of interesting.
As Shea Bennett has done a great job for the Fremont Moo in his time with this young franchise.
5 hits given up by Jones since coming in relief.
Carson Cahoy, who had a hit against Jones the last time up, trying to knock home at least 1 right here. 3-1 the score, Fremont on top. Big swing, no contact. Way out in front of that off-speed pitch. No balls, 1 strike on Carson Cahoy, who's 1 for 3 on the day.
I think that's 6 hits given up, sorry.
Running at second base is Cole Dawson. Tyler Monroe at first. Sodbusters trail up by a score of 3-1. Hits all even now at 7. Jones takes a look back at second, brings the pitch in, and Cahoy offered at it, tried to check his swing, but the home plate umpire says, nope, you went. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Big chance for the Sodbusters trying to continue this frame. An RBI fielder's choice from Cole Dawson, and then this inning continuing with the single from Monroe. 0-2 pitch. Way outside, it's all the way back to the screen. A wild pitch will advance the runners, and now any old single to the outfield, and the Sodbusters could get this one tied. So huge opportunity now with Carson Cahoy down to the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Second wild pitch for Moo pitching tonight. Linder had one early in the game.
Sodbusters have strung together 3, make it 4 hits in the inning, but still only 1 run. Jones brings the pitch home. And Cahoy offers at it again. He tried to check his swing, but the home plate umpire said, you went around, and that will end it for Hastings. 1 run, 4 hits, 2 left as we head to the 8th. It's 3-1 Fremont. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball.
You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball. Hey you, your ad here. It's Josh Salmon of Salmon Says Media. Imagine turning on the radio or TV and hearing or seeing your business being advertised. Salmon Says Media offers voiceovers, full audio production, on-hold messaging for your phone, and more. Nearly 2 decades of experience. Salmon Says Media also offers radio imaging and podcast production. See us on Facebook. Salmon Says Media, the official media partner of the Hastings Sodbusters.
We head to the 8th inning. It is Hastings and Fremont going at it. 3-1 the score. Fremont on top, and to take you home, here is Josh Salmon.
Thank you, Steve. I was hoping that the Busters could get a lead here with with you on here because I got to announce the only win when they came back and won that game, first game of the year. So I was hoping you would be able to call the winning runs there. But, hey, we'll take a win any way we can get it. Mazzini back out there, second inning of relief. He's had a really nasty curveball working tonight. Had a good inning last inning coming out and not allowing a hit. He did give up the one walk but got out of it. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters here. Due up for Fremont, Brock Reller, Austin Callahan, and Alex Narin. So Busters trying to win their third game, but they're down by a couple runs, trying to prevent the move, snap their 5-game winning streak. They lost the first game of the year to Hastings here and haven't lost since. Lefty versus lefty matchup here. Mazzini kicks, and that one a little low on the curveball, perhaps a little outside as well. Chris Mazzini back with the Busters. Happy to have him back this year. Like I said, I looked on the roster. He wasn't officially on there, and then he's warming up in the bullpen, so now he'll be on the roster. You'll see number 35 back there. That one found back to the screen. Ball and a strike here to Brock Reller. Reller back again with the move this year. Very successful season last year for Fremont. One ball, one strike coming up here to Brock Reller. He's DHing tonight. 1 of 3, batting .400 in the season. That one hit to Madsen over at first. High hopper, takes it himself, and there's one down. Madsen plays a good first base over there. And 1 for 4 is Brock Reller. Austin Callahan comes up. He's the only one with 2 hits tonight for the Moo. Third baseman. We didn't see him in the first series of the year, but he's played pretty much since, and he's been very successful defensively. Still struggling a little bit at the plate, but they like what he's capable of, putting him in the 5 position, as Steve said. However, he does have 2 hits tonight. Still only batting .188. First pitch misses for a ball. Austin Callahan. Lefty versus lefty. This is why Mazzini's still out there. A couple lefties this inning, and that one misses for ball 2. So Callahan, University of Nebraska, Omaha, plays up there with Mike Bovey, teammates. That one fouled straight back. Whoa. 1 ball, 2 strikes, or 2 balls, 1 strike, excuse me. Austin Callahan from Fremont, so hometown kid there playing for the Moo. Here's the 2-1. One bounces, and it goes to 3-1. Jacob Shaw in the bullpen. Looks like he's just kind of lightly tossing now as he's been warming up for a little while. But with these lefties, you're going to see Mazzini in there, and he really wasn't pitching bad at all. So Wagner just had to keep him in there. That went inside, and it's ball 4. It's a walk by Mazzini. Second walk issued by Mazzini. Third by Buster pitching. And so it brings up Alex Narin, the left fielder. 3 runs, 7 hits. No errors for the Moo. 1 run, 7 hits. And 1 error for the Busters. So same amount of hits, but we've left more people on base than they have. One misses, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 coming up. Mazzini checks his runner first. That's Callahan. That one popped up and out of play and out of the stadium is that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Both these teams off till Thursday, and then they'll meet back here again for 1 game on Thursday, and then the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks come Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So plenty of baseball coming up for you here at Duncan Field if you weren't able to make it tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Josh Salmon. Nate Miller to my right. Steve Stein's been helping us out tonight as well. Jumping over from PA on to play-by-play. The 2-1 here. Runner on first. Not a huge lead for Callahan. That one upstairs is 3-1. So Mazzini having some control issues here this inning. You got Brock Reller to ground out. And then Callahan walked. And now he's in danger of walking Narin as he's swinging a miss there. Foul tip, I guess it was, by Narin. 3-2. Callahan stands on first. Here's the pitch. That one upstairs. It's another walk. 2 walks in a row. And we'll see if this gets a trip out of the dugout from Wagner, and it does. And he is going to signal for the righty, so this will be end of the night for Chris Mazzini as Jacob Shaw was warming up. So Jacob Shaw, will come in the game and inherit 2 runners on base. Our score is 3-1 Fremont. This is Sodbuster Baseball. We'll be right back. Stick around during the pitching change here. Let's hear a message now from 5 Points Bank.
5 Points Bank of Hastings, safe, strong, and growing. Back in September of 2000, we opened for business at 4th and St. Joe with a staff of 5. Now we have 3 banking locations, over 45 employees, and have grown to become the largest locally owned bank in Hastings.
Since our opening, we've listened to you and responded by providing high-quality customer service, new banking technology, and provided support to many community organizations. We appreciate your support and look forward to continuing as the better bank in Hastings.
Have you heard the latest in Sodbusters news? Hey, this is Josh Salmon, voice of Hastings Sodbusters Baseball, inviting you to check out the Sodcast, the official Sodbusters podcast. Each episode gets you up to date on team info, the latest news, player and coaches interviews, and more. Join Brian Frew and myself for the Sodcast all through the baseball season. The Sodcast is available for listening on Spotify for free. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball Inside Duncan Field with me, Josh Salmon, and co-owner Brian Frew. The Sodcast. Listen today.
Imagine visiting a place.
The first episode of the Sodcast is up and available for you to listen to on Spotify, Anchor FM, and many more. Just type in Sodcast Podcast, and you'll see Josh and Brian, and click on that. That's interviews from Brian Frew and Scott Galusha on there as well. Got some more player interviews coming up in the next episode, which I hope to get produced here in the next couple of days. Josh Salmon back with you. Nate Miller on the camera. Says we have have a pitching change here. Jacob Shaw comes in. The Hastings guy, see if he's got a little magic in his arm to keep the Busters in this game and keep the Moo from scoring again. With 2 runners on, he will inherit Mazzini's official line. He had 1 inning in the game, 1 1/3 for Chris Mazzini, and he walked a couple of batters. He did strike out 3 guys. He walked 3 guys. He struck out 1, faced 7 batters, 1 1/3 inning. So Jacob Shaw comes in now. You look at Shaw. And got the ERA on him. He is at an ERA of 2.45. This is his 3rd game for the Busters this season. 3.2 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 3 hits for Jacob Shaw. So Shaw will face Nichols as J.T. Cafferty goes up to talk to Jacob. To Hastings High, very familiar with Duncan Field. Buster last year. Goes to Cloud County Community College. We have a lot of guys from that program in Concordia, Kansas. Had an 0-1 record this season at Cloud County. He will inherit Nichols, the catcher. Trey Nichols has not been on base tonight. He's 0 for 3. 2 runners on base, both via the walk. Callahan stands on second and Aaron on first. Trying to keep the Moo from scoring again. They scored 2 in the first and 1 in the 5th. Busters only have their 1 run at the bottom of the 7th. Here we are in the 8th. That one had some nasty movement on it as Nichols busted, thought it was going to hit him. Good strike there. That's a beautiful pitch. 0-2 here to Nichols. Shaw checks his runners. Runners go. Throw down to second. I think they got him. No, the throw was a little on the third base side. If they would have thrown it on the second base side, they probably would have had him. But down goes the shortstop, Monroe, as he is hurt on that one. He went to apply the tag, and I think he got kicked in the arm. And that's not a good thing to see there. No, that's Matt Rodriguez that got hurt. The second baseman was covering. So Rodriguez got hit in the arm. It was a good throw, but it was on the third base side of the second base bag, if that makes sense. The left side of the bag, basically. If it would have been right down the middle or on the other side of the bag, they would have had him. It was a double steal, but stolen base there for the Moo. And they are going to take him out of the game at second base. He came up really hurt on that thing. I think he got kicked in the arm. So we'll have a different second baseman in here. We'll have to check and see how Martinez is doing. Or Rodriguez, excuse me. He's been a good second baseman out there. Scott Galusha gives him a little pat. And so coming into play will be second base is going to be Trevor Stevens. So Stevens will take over. He's seen plenty of action at second base. Stevens will bat in the 7th hole. You hate to see something like that, but it is a double steal nonetheless. Not too many stolen bases tonight for the Moo. In fact, the first ones they have pulled off. A double steal there. So now runners on second and third here. Meanwhile, it's still 1-2 count. And that one upstairs, it goes to 2-2 here on Trey Nichols. Drew Mize due up next. Callahan and Narins, both via the walk, both on base. Double steal, that's why they're second and third. Here's Jacob Shaw's pitch. Left field and foul out of play. Close to the Buster bullpen. So we'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Moo threatening again, only 1 out. They're leading 3-1. Jacob Shaw in relief of Chris Mazzini. Third pitcher of the night for the Busters. Shaw takes a deep breath. The righty kicks and delivers. That one fouled straight back to the net. Just a little underneath it was Nichols. This is pretty good at bat here for Trey. Catcher's 0 for 3, but he was just a little late on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on. 2-run difference in the lead. Lots of 2s in this game. Here's Shaw's pitch. Swung out and missed, got him. Couldn't get that one. And first strikeout for Jacob Shaw. It's actually the first batter he's faced. It's the only batter he's faced. It's been a long at-bat for Nichols. And brings up Drew Mize. 1 of 3 is Mize. He had the triple back on the second. It was one hit up to center field where Cahoy went diving for it and went past him. He ended up on third base. 2 outs though. Shaw trying to get out of the inning here unscathed and leave a couple runners on. Moo have left several guys on base tonight. I have got 5 left on base for them, unofficially. 0-1 here to Mize. Jacob Shaw, Hastings guy. Happy to have him back on the Busters this year. Fastball upstairs misses. Ball and a strike. Very successful last year for the Busters. How's the bullpen for us? Primarily a reliever. We don't usually have him start. He's got the good moss, the cool hair going on too. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Drew Mize, 7th place hitter here for the Moo. Moo threatening. Walks can come back and hurt you. That's how both guys are on base. Chris Mazzini, those are credited too if something happens to them. Here's Shaw's pitch. That one right down Burlington. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Shaw 1 pitch away from getting out of it. Giving the Busters a little bit of life here in the 8th inning. 3-1 Moo. Let's see if he goes back to the breaking pitch. Nope, goes heater. That one outside. Looked like a slider that missed. Location 3-2. Caffrey did a great job back there behind the dish tonight. Easily a run saver on that one. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 3-1 Moo. Here's Shaw's pitch. And strike 3 called, and he knew it. Froze him. Deer in the headlights there. Have a seat. Drew Mize, and Busters leave 2 on base. So we'll go up to the bottom of the 8th. It's still 3-1 Fremont. You're watching and listening to Sod Buster Baseball, and now a word from the Adams County Visitors Bureau.
Imagine visiting a place with historic housing districts, beautiful parks, and strolling through downtown shops. No, it isn't a fairy tale. It's Hastings, Nebraska. The Adams County Visitors Bureau invites you to experience Hastings, from bird watching to the Aqua Court Water Park to taking in a Sodbusters baseball game at historic Duncan Field. It all starts with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. What would a visit be without great eats? Hastings has plenty for all cravings. Start exploring at visithastingsnebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Nebraska Land Distributing is a proud sponsor of the Hastings Sodbusters. When you come to the ballpark, get a refreshing Coors Light, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributing. Nebraska Land Distributing also features Leinenkugels, the ultimate summer drink. cold and refreshing, and sold at Duncan Field. Another Nebraska land distributing option when you come to the ballpark is light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. Nebraska Land Distributing, proud sponsor of the Beer Batter at all Hastings Sodbuster home games.
Pitching change here at Duncan Field as Alex Wise comes into the game for the Moo. He was the one that got ejected back on that second game of the year, which was an odd pitcher's duel. He started the game and then said a few things and ended up getting kicked out in the middle of an at-bat, middle of an inning. And that's when Linder came in and pitched really well for the Moo, and they won that game 2-1. So I'm sure Wise will button his lip a little bit this time. I would think, anyways. So Alex Wise in the game here. For the Moo. Trevor Madsen leads things off here. First baseman trying to get something going here. Doesn't have a hit. He's 0 for 3 in the ball game. So Alex Wise looking at the numbers here for Wise. Has pitched, started the one game. 3 innings pitched. That one fly to right field. First pitch swinging for Madsen. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's the ratio you like for the Moo. It's not what you like for the Busters. So Madsen out. He's 0 for 4. Busters have 7 hits, but only 1 run to show for it. Brings up Trey Colzel. He's due. He's walked once, otherwise 0 for 2. That one, second pitch, hit the shortstop, backhanded, and over to first by Mize, and they got him. Wow, nice stretch, nice play by Mize. Busters fans not happy on that one. It was a close play. But 2 pitches and 2 outs for the Busters. Jack Hammond. So let's see if he's a little more patient, because the first pitch swinging thing is not working out. This inning, anyways, against Alex Wise. And 3 pitches, and he takes that one. 3 pitches in the inning. Wise has given up 3 hits, 1 earned run, and struck out 2 batters this season coming into this game. Chopper third base side, and it is foul. Ball and a strike. Busters need some base runners, running out of outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Down by 2. Trying to get something going. They've had 7 hits, but only put 1 across. Swung on and missed on that slider. Good movement. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jack Hammond up. JT Cafferty do up next. He does have 1 of the hits. Last inning, Busters had 4 hits, but couldn't bring anybody across. That one in there for strike 3. A lot of movement on that fastball and just freezes Hammond there. And Wise comes in and goes 1, 2, 3 of the Busters. Makes light work of them in the 8th inning. Top of the 9th coming up. Let's see what the bullpen does for the Busters. Jacob Shaw coming back out. We'll be right back. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
It's hot. Can we get some popsicles? A lot of popsicles.
Okay, sure.
Let's go to Sam's Club. We can get some popsicles there. Plus, check out the pools on sale.
Didn't Dad want to barbecue tonight?
With all those popsicles, we should get some paper towels, too.
Good idea, Mom.
I'll grab some chips. Sam's Club has something for every season.
Sam's Club, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. Stop by before or after the game. For the best in promotional videos, custom designs, photography, websites, and more, it's Provident Promotions. You've got the business. Now make it stand out with Provident Promotions. Provident Promotions can help you design your logo, website, custom make your promotional video, and shoot just the right photo for your company or business needs to be seen everywhere. And they even offer email marketing services and social media management. Let them help you from start to finish. 111 North Burlington Avenue, Suite 110 in Hastings. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
Jacob Shaw back out there for 2nd inning of relief. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein, Nate Miller here from Duncan Field. It'll be the 9-1-2 hitters do it for the Moo in the 9th. Busters just weren't able to get anything going in the bottom of the 8th, going 1, 2, 3. In fact, the first 2 batters went on 2 pitches. Took about 3 pitches to get the last batter of the inning out. Not what you want to do. You want to be aggressive, but that's a little too aggressive. And so it's Dylan Sears who came in back in the 6th inning as a pinch hitter and stayed in the game at second base for Mata Lloyd, who was beamed earlier in the game. We're not sure if that's why he's out of the game, if he came in for defense, but nonetheless, it's 1-0 here to Dylan Sears. He walked his first time up back in the sixth. That one had some good movement. Strike one. Hastings, Nebraska, thanks for tuning in. Both these teams off tomorrow. Meet up again on Thursday. That one a little looper to right, and that's going to fall in. Leadoff hitters on here. First hit of the night for Sears. And that is the first hit given up by Shaw as well. So back to top of the order, brings up Tyler Push. Done a pretty good job of containing him. He led off the game with the first pitch single, but they've gone over 3 since, including hitting into a double play, flying out, and grounding out. Usually pretty tough out, but they've done a good job containing him. Let's hope they can continue to do that here. Jacob Shaw, 2.45 ERA for the Busters. Short lead at first, throw over, runner back. First time we've seen a throw over to a base tonight. Dylan Sears will go. He's pretty quick. We saw that last year. Short lead, then he'll get a secondary lead. That's pretty large. Tends to be his way. Doesn't look like he's going. He is going. He had a very short lead, but he took off. I was surprised. That wasn't a very good lead at all to go on. But he does have some wheels. 0-1 here to Tyler Push, the center fielder. Plenty of baseball for you. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday here at Duncan Field. 1 against Fremont and then 3 against the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. Who come into action tonight, second place. So 1 ball, 1 strike here by Jacob Shaw. Tyler Push does a great job in center field for the Moo. Shaw, see if the runner goes. Looks over his shoulder, runner does not go. That one missed perhaps a little high. Shaw didn't like the call. Takes a little time to gather himself. So Push batting .346 coming into this game. Currently batting .250. The 2-1 coming up here from Jacob Shaw. Fastball in there for a strike. He's got kind of a 2 or 4 seam fastball with that little late movement on that pitch out there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner stands on first is Dylan Sears. Pretty quick guy over there. Takes a short lead. Move up 3-1 here, top 9. Throw over to first, runner back. Shaw keeping a good eye on Sears, which he should. Dylan Sears came in as a pinch hitter back in the 6th. Second time he's been on base tonight. The 2-2 coming up here from Jacob Shaw from his hometown crowd. That one a looper into right. Nobody's going to be able to get that thing. They're just finding the gaps tonight. It's just those little dinky hits like that come back and cost you. It looks so easy, but it's really hard to do. You just dink it into right field. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. So 2 hits in a row given up here by Jacob Shaw, and there is action in the bullpen for the Busters. As not the way you want to start your 9th inning, no outs. Brings up the second place hitter, Morphew, one of the tougher outs on the team. In the bullpen for the Busters is Manny Herrera. 1 ball, no strikes. Darian Morphew singled back in the 5th, otherwise 1 of 4 tonight. Runners on first and second. That one misses inside. 2-0. E.J. Taylor been on base twice. He's due up next. The Moo just get these little pesky hits. They've just been a pesky team all year long. That's just the way they are. But you know what? It works. They've won their last 5. They're 5-1 on the season. That one in there for a strike. Busters are 0-2 on the season. 2 0 to Darian Morphew. 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 2 0 to Darian Mor 2-4, hoping to get their third win tonight, but they got to get some offensive going. 7 hits and nothing to show for it except for 1 run tonight. We'll see what they can do in the bottom of the ninth. First, you got to get through the move. Here's the 2-1 from Jacob Shaw. And swung on and fouled back, just barely getting a piece of that thing. Was Morphew. I'm not even sure how he hit that thing. He swung so late. Chandler Wagner from University of Kansas, first night as a manager. Scott Galusha down there kind of guiding him through. It's his first time in the Exhibition League. Swung on and missed. Nice breaking pitch. Pulls the string and gets him 1 down here in the ninth. Good strikeout there for Jacob Shaw. Second strikeout of the night for, third for Shaw. No, that's his second. I take that back. E.J. Taylor, the first baseman, comes up. Doubled back in the first inning. Flew out, walked, and flew out to right. Officially 1 for 4. 2 runners on here for the Moo. They're up by 2 runs. Jacob Shaw trying to finish out the inning. Monroe, hot shot over to second. Backhanded over to first, and did they get him? He is safe at first. Oh, they call him out. And they're going to debate that first. It was a tough throw as Monroe got it to second. And Stevens in there had to backhand it, turn around, and make the 180 to throw. I'm not sure if they got that one right, but we'll take the double play nonetheless to get out of it. And that's exactly the pitch Shaw wanted to end the Moo's 9th inning, leaving 2 runners on base. They've left a lot on, but they still lead 3-1. Busters down to the last 3 outs. Put on your rally caps. We'll be right back. This is Sod Buster Baseball. Now word from Rutz.
Timeout. Timeout. Smith, we only need 1 more out. Do you think you have enough energy?
I'm exhausted, and it's hot out here. I'm thinking about enjoying that nice, cool air conditioning I have at home.
Oh, yeah, you've talked about Rutz Heating and AC, the #1 source for residential and commercial HVAC services in Nebraska for over 45 years.
Yeah, now. I have enough for 1 more batter, Coach.
Smith, go finish this thing so we can all go home and cool off. Visit RutzHeatingandAir.com.
My husband and I love to live in Nebraska.
It's the good life.
We always vacation here.
Love those Nebraska state parks.
We love to eat here.
Where are you going to get a better steak?
And we love to play here, especially Nebraska Pick 5 from the Nebraska Lottery. It has a $50,000 starting jackpot, drawing 7 days a week, and all the proceeds go back to our state.
Hey, honey, this weekend, let's buy some Nebraska Pick 5 tickets, go to a state park, and grill some steaks.
Like our first date.
I'm no amateur.
Top prize odds 1 in 501,000.
Jacob Shaw got the double play he needed to get out of it. Busters down their last 3 outs. It's going to be up to the 7, 8, 9 hitters to get something going here. Down by 2. Josh Salmon back with you from Duncan Field, voice of Sodbuster Baseball. Nate Miller to my right. He's my tech guy. Our tech guy does a great job for us. If you're watching on the YouTube feed, he's running the cameras. Thanks for listening on MixLR as well. Steve Stein's been in and out tonight, joining us as well for play-by-play. And first pitch in there, a strike from Wise. Wise came on in relief last inning and was very effective, going 1-2-3 right through the Busters. Busters desperately need some base runners to get some things on here, and quickly 0-2 to get some runs in. So last time these teams met up on this field, it was a 2-1. Wise was on the dugout, or on the mound, and then he got pulled for saying something. He's saying to the umpire now, but he's laughing about something. So this one probably won't get him kicked out of the game. 0-2 coming up here from Wise. For Cafferty, you want to take a little bit of time there at the plate and kind of cool this guy down because he's just cooking right now out there. And that's not what you want in the bottom of the ninth, down by 2. That pitch upstairs, laying off of it is JT. Good eye. 1 ball, 2 strikes. JT Cafferty. Hastings product swings and misses, goes fishing on that one way outside. A little too aggressive, and down goes Cafferty. Second strikeout of the night for him. And that's the second strikeout of the night for Alex Wise. Busters down their last 2 outs. Put your rally caps on. It's going to be up to the 8 and 9 hitters here to get something going if they can get on back to the top of the order. Stevens comes up for the first time tonight, taking over defensively for Rodriguez, who got hurt on a throw out at second base where the runner slid into his arm and hurt his left arm. So Rodriguez came out of the game, and Trevor Stevens came in. Fouled the first one back. Alex Wise. 1 ball, 1 strike to to Stevens, who took over at second base. Does a good job out there defensively. 3 for 19 on the season for Stevens. Low. 2 balls and a strike. He's working quickly out there. Came on in relief, been doing a very good job. Stevens 158 batting average coming into tonight. 2-1, 1 out. Busters down by 2. It's 3-1 our score. That one just missed. Maybe we got away with one on that one, perhaps. It's 3-1 now. I think it's the first time that Wise has fallen behind a batter. Make some noise for the Busters. That one inside-out swing. Good thoughts of smacking it down the third base line or in that left field side there, but it goes foul. So we'll go to 3-2 as Stevens takes a little walk around home plate, thinks about what he wants to do. Let's see if he goes back to the fastball. Wise's fastball has been very good since he came in. Here is the 3-2 with 1 out. It does look like the fastball, but it's low, and a good eye and a great at-bat by Trevor Stevens. Busters have a base runner here. Coming up to the plate is Cameron McClure representing the tying run. McClure has been on base twice tonight. He's had 3 really good at-bats. The first time he flew out to center, but it was a good at-bat. Singled both his last times up. He's the only guy with 2 hits tonight for the Busters. Total of 7 hits for the Busters. 2 of them belong to him. Here is the pitch. That one well inside. No action in the bullpen for Fremont. Herrera was throwing earlier, up and throwing, I should say, for the Busters. If they could tie it, you might see him come in this game. That one fouled straight back. It's 1-1 here to the right fielder. Cameron McClure. These teams meet up again on Thursday. Seen a lot of each other already this season. That's what it was last year, too, though. Here is 1-1. Fouled off, 1-2. Both off tomorrow, June 3rd. Joins back here on Thursday. These 2 teams again, 6:35, and then the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks come to town. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Let's take a look at some of the other scores going on. I'll get you the only one other game going on is Pure Trappers are now leading 4-3. Last we looked, they were in the second inning. They were down 3-0, but they've really come back. The Trappers, who we just saw, are leading the Spearfish Sasquatch in the 5th, 4-3 at Spearfish. 3-1 our score here. Here's the pitch. That one outside. Good job laying off of that. Busters have swung at that a couple times tonight. McClure has had some very disciplined at-bats. His 2 hits show for it. 2 for 3. Runner stands on first base. That is Stevens via the walk. That one in there. Strike 3, and I think maybe that one was a little low. Didn't like the call. Hearing a little bit from the Busters dugout. But down on strikes is McClure. And Busters down their last out. So it brings up top of the order. This is Cole Dawson. That one in there for strike. That's pretty much the same pitch he struck out McClure on a moment ago. Wise with 3 strikeouts. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Chopper, first base side. Oh, in the right field, that's going to be a hit. Nice piece of hitting there. That thing took a high top on the turf, and Taylor couldn't come up with it. So 2-out hit. Nice job there. Dawson to get on for his first hit as a sod buster. And it couldn't come at a better time. 2 outs in the 9th, down by 2. That's a perfect time to get your first hit. Tyler Monroe, he's got 1 hit tonight. He's been on base twice. He also has a walk, officially 1 for 3. First pitch to him. Outside misses by a little bit. Ball 1. So Busters with runners on second and first. Stevens stands on second. Dawson on first, down by 2. Monroe up to bat here. Monroe represents the go-ahead run. 1 ball, 1 strike to Tyler Monroe, the shortstop. Carson Cahoy stands on deck. Alex Wise in relief. That one fouled off and out of play. You look at the pitchers tonight. Linder started the game for the Moo, and I was surprised he's kind of pulled after 4, but he was. Had a very good night. 3 strikeouts, facing 16 batters, 3 walks, only 1 hit given. He's only given up 2 hits this year to the Busters. Only 2 times he's faced. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, down by 2. 2 runners on. The 2s have been wild tonight. Let's see if we can get 2 runs in here. That'd be a good thing. Monroe, the 2-2 coming up from Wise. Monroe pops it out to left center field. This could do it. Could end the game, and it does for the Moo, and they leave 2 on base. Our final is 3-1. Well, they gave it a valiant effort. The Moo come out on the field. 6 wins in a row for Fremont. We'll recap some numbers and be back. This is Sod Buster Baseball. Stick around for the postgame show.
You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball. Hey you, your ad here. It's Josh Salmon of Salmon Says Media. Imagine turning on the radio or TV and hearing or seeing your business being advertised. Salmon Says Media offers voiceovers, full audio production, on-hold messaging for your phone, and more. Nearly 2 decades of experience. Salmon Says Media also offers radio imaging and podcast production. See us on Facebook. Salmon Says Media, the official media partner of the Hastings Sodbusters.
5 Points Bank of Hastings, safe, strong, and growing. Back in September of 2000, we opened for business at 4th and St. Joe with a staff of 5. Now we have 3 banking locations, over 45 employees, and have grown to become the largest locally owned bank in Hastings.
Since our opening, we've listened to you and responded by providing high-quality customer service, new banking technology, and provided support to many community organizations. We appreciate your support and look forward to continuing as the better bank in Hastings.
Have you heard the latest in Sodbusters news? Hey, this is Josh Salmon, voice of Hastings Sodbusters Baseball, inviting you to check out the Sodcast, the official Sodbusters podcast. Each episode gets you up to date on team info, the latest news, player and coaches interviews, and more. Join Brian Frew and myself for the Sodcast all through the baseball season. The Sodcast is available for listening on Spotify for free. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball Inside Duncan Field with me, Josh Salmon, and co-owner Brian Frew. The Sodcast. Listen today.
All right, one episode of the Sodcast is up, but the Fremont Moo pulls off the win 3-1 and just couldn't get the clutch hit tonight that they needed for the Busters, as the Moo were just pesky and found those holes and got the hits as they needed. 3 runs on 9 hits and no errors. Hastings 1 run, 8 hits, and 1 error. And Steve Stein joins me again for the post-game show. And Steve, they just found holes tonight. They found that right center field hole. They found just the little gaps, the little loopers. You know, that's all. It doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to fall, and it's worked out for them. And they were able to capitalize on it. That's the thing.
And, yeah, more importantly, I mean, I think you talk about 3 runs on 9 hits. Really, Fremont probably missed some opportunities, but the Sodbusters certainly missed opportunities. You get 2 guys thrown out at third, and you go back to those 2 innings. Those 2 huge opportunities missed for Hastings, and so the Sodbusters really probably more of what they didn't do offensively. I mean, in this league, you give up 3 runs in 9 innings, you feel like you have a chance to win most nights, but Fremont a little too much. But the encouraging thing is there's been some fun baseball here. I mean, yeah, you'd like to see the Sodbusters come out on top, but 1 error, great defense on both sides, solid pitching. Kind of redemption for Drew Mize there after his last outing here. He comes in and gets the save for Fremont. You could tell he was a little jacked at the end. And he can bring it. I mean, Fremont's the real deal. And the Sodbusters, they did have some bright spots. Like I say, particularly on the defensive side. It's pretty solid defense, just 1 error, and it really didn't cost them. But the Dawson kid makes his debut and really looked good over at third base. Really some things to be excited about. Just need to find a way to get a little offense. You had those 2 games where you had double digits in scoring. Other than that, Sodbusters have not put much offense on the board in their 5 losses. It's an amazing statistical anomaly here early in the season, what they're scoring when they've won their 2 and what they're scoring when they've lost their 5. But it's still a very entertaining brand of baseball and a good chance to get out and see the Sodbusters a lot in the month of June.
It'd be interesting to see what their batting average is with runners in scoring position because it can't be very high. They've had a lot of opportunities this season and haven't been able to capitalize on that clutch hit, and Scott Galusha was alluding to that earlier as well. You mentioned Cole Dawson. Great job on defense tonight. Did finally get his first hit there in the ninth. Busters had a chance in the ninth. They had 2 runners on against Mize, but he came back. He called third strike on McClure, which could have been either way, and then got Monroe to fly out on a good pitch. And that's just the way it was with the move. But they were pesky with their little dunk hits, and they were able to capitalize on it. Yes, getting out twice at third didn't help for the Sodbusters, but you live and learn, and that's the way it is. Can't hang their heads. They got to come back, take a couple days off. Everybody get rested up. It's good to see some of the new faces, the new old faces, even Chris Mazzini back with the team. We'll get him back on the roster. Cole Dawson, on the team comes out and makes an impression on everybody, and McClure had some great at-bats tonight in the ninth hole. I mean, he had 3 really good at-bats and got 2 hits out of it. He's only won 2 hits tonight. So if I had to pick a player of the game for the Busters, I would give it to him. Also, J.D. Caffrey on defense did a great job behind the plate, saving some runs and stuff as well. But these teams will meet up again after 2 days off on Thursday, and then the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks come to town, and they've had a pretty decent season, but not a winning record for them as well, so maybe a little bit more competition. And somebody besides Fremont and some new breath of air there for the Busters to breathe on Friday.
Yeah, and fun for the fans, too, to see some different players coming in. So we'll invite you to come out this weekend. Like I said, they're going to be home a lot in June, beginning with the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So come on out and see some Hastings Sodbuster baseball. Really fun brand, great defense. And, in this ballpark, you got to play some D and use your speed. And this is kind of what this team is built around. They just haven't got much offense here in the early going. But really, other than that first game, have played pretty good ball. And pitchers have thrown it pretty well. And maybe can just find a way to get some wins.
First time playing with Wheat City ever, so it'll be interesting to see. And they're coming to our house, so thanks for the stat there, Nate Miller. 19 runners left on base tonight between the two teams, 9 for Fremont, 10 for the Sodbusters, and that's something that you can't leave 10 guys on a base and expect to win a game, but hey, they left 9. They just got the clutch hits when they needed them, and we weren't able to do that. So Busters will take a couple days off, regroup, get their mind back together. First night good to see Chandler Wagner here, the coach, and I think it's just going to take a little bit, but he's a former player. He was a former Major League draft pick. He gets his groove going with the guys, and I think they'll be gelling here real soon, and you'll see some Buster baseball coming back, getting those clutch hits. And again, they didn't lose by much tonight, just the 3-1, the final. For Steve Stein, for Nate Miller, we'll catch you guys back here on Thursday, 6:35 against Fremont. Remember, Wheat City Whiskey Jacks here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so 4 home games this week. Coming up, chance for you to come out to Duncan Field. Josh Salmon signing off here from Duncan Field. Good night.